Hey everybody, welcome to Probably Dad's Podcast, episode 5. This week we got a special guest, him and his lady. We got Derek, who is a ex-Army Ranger, a police officer, and all-around gym ogre. He's a large mammal, and we're glad he's here.
Meathead.
Yeah, so we've got like 500 pounds on the other side of the table of just like man meat over there. And, of course, as always, we got Evan. Evan, what are we covering this week, buddy?
Current events.
Current events.
Yeah.
What else?
A couple things.
What's on your mind?
I'm diving into Derek's past.
Yep.
One. It's dark and shady and twisted as it might be.
That's right.
Secondly, first, let me back up. Baby alert.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Little news. Had a third child, didn't you?
Number 3 came Monday night, 8 o'clock. 8:20 p.m. Monday. Yeah.
All because you came.
That's right.
9 months ago.
That's right. Fun times are gone.
That's
Hard
right.
work ahead.
The hard work ahead.
You already have 2, man. It can't be changing that much.
All right. You have to talk into that mic.
Yeah,
If you can't hear it in your ears, it can't hear you in there.
So
like that's why I'm like the way it's angled, like right into our face.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry.
Remember, like I told you, like you wanted to throat it. I
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
kidding. These are shitty mics because it's a podcast on a budget.
It's a podcast, not budget.
Now you see how you can hear it.
They're dynamic though, right? They don't pick up outside
they
sound.
pick up.
So
You have to be directional. Like
Oh, okay.
any audiophile that listens to us saying that, talking about how these mics work, and you want to correct us, fuck off. So that's the podcast this week, and we'll be right back.
You remind me of my father. I hated my father.
You tell me, who is your daddy?
I am your father.
And thankfully, some dads took action. Basically, what do they want for Father's Day? For the media to stop portraying dads as buffoons.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. So, Derek.
Yes.
Oh, we got a new toy to play with, don't we, Evan?
yeah.
Leave each other alone for a little while.
Who's
Just
the
for a
last guest we had was Ryan?
was Ryan, yeah. His last guest we had was his brother-in-law. We dove deep. Got a little weird. He was super thankful that we used his last name. He loved that part.
Twice.
Big fan.
Twice.
Big fan of that. So, Derek, tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy.
All right. So originally from Massachusetts. Joined the military. Met my fiance. Stayed down here. Now I'm in law enforcement or anything like that. And I'm sure Phil and Evan are going to have a bunch of random questions that I will.
Oh,
answer.
whoa. This summary bullshit shall not fly. Just to be clear.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah, this Cliff Notes nonsense. Where were you born? Were you conceived in a moving vehicle, a parked vehicle, a non-vehicle, a barn, in a manger? Where were you born, buddy?
All right. So born Beverly, Massachusetts. Don't know
Is
where
that the Beverly Hills of Massachusetts or just
No,
Beverly?
It's just Beverly.
Less hills.
Less hills. It is very hilly. However, it's not
Not the
affluent.
good hills. Not the hills with the money.
No, more like hills have eyes.
Oh.
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
You guys got places like that up there? No, that whole deal?
Yeah, that's more like you got to go to New Hampshire to get all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Tilt it towards your... Yeah, if you find a position you're comfortable with and kind of angle it towards that. So
Okay.
yeah, you're not going to break... Yeah, adjust it. There you go. Yeah, like you're throating it. Yeah, there you
Mind
go.
the stencil.
So you're born in Beverly, and
Yep.
then where'd you grow up?
Beverly, and then like this little small hick town, Ipswich. Really, it was small for like up there. Played football up there, wrestled up there.
I can verify that he's played football and wrestled there because Al Bundy style, he's got the phone and he will bust out pictures of abs. He's like, look at I was 17. I was like, bro, if you put on a high school jersey and start showing me highlight reels, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, you know all about that.
I do know about that.
Right? I mean, shit.
I mean, you're talking. Me and Evan, we
Hey.
do the same thing. We're like, you remember back when we were fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, when you guys were fucking?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a ... All right.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe, yeah. Go ahead though. Go ahead. So you like wrestle, play football up there.
Yeah, threw some
I'm sorry, what was that?
javelin.
Okay.
Javelin. That's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Track
that.
and field.
Track
Gotcha.
and field, yeah.
All right. What else, man? So what? So did you go? What made you pick going into the military instead of going to college?
I
Or
hated
did you go to college? Like, 'cause-
No. I hated school. The only reason why I actually passed school is because I played sports and I wanted to keep playing sports, so I had to keep going to school.
so it was, but you didn't like have teachers that like just like pass you along because you were a stud athlete, or you just saying like you just made sure you had enough school so you can keep playing.
No, they didn't pass me along. They just kind of let me do what I wanted to do. So like I would take off like 15, 20 minutes every class and like go walk around school and hang out.
Yeah.
It's the same with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evan and I had full like they let us stay for all the lunch periods, which I
Nice.
thought was great.
Like my senior year, once I decided I was going to go into the military, they just let me, like, I had like 2 gym classes my first semester, and then like my second semester I had like another gym class in the morning, then we just a science class in the end of the afternoon, and then I just went to the gym after that and did whatever I wanted throughout the day.
Right on. That's good, man.
Yeah, it's the same way. Like when I went to Alabama, I got out of the military, went back to school.
Yeah.
Lived in Tuscaloosa, went to Alabama.
Yeah.
I'd show up for these like lower level classes, right? Like computer science. I mean, or whatever the 101 was of the classes, right? The
101.
the prerequisites.
Did you go right into
everybody,
101?
Everybody had to have these classes,
English
right?
98. What?
So
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
these guys clearly on the football team show up.
No, why did you say it clearly?
Oh, dude, they're huge. They just
Can't just be big
studs.
fellas.
They are
I mean,
big,
you just automatically profiling them like that?
white, black, everything, dude. I know you're going with
yeah,
that. So you're like, holy crap, that's so and so, or you recognize him. Just didn't have his helmet on, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, he would show up.
Yeah.
A couple of them would. About 10 minutes for the first part of class, grab some papers off the teacher's desk, walk out.
Yeah.
Class would start. I was like, what? This is just a bigger high school. Like that's all it is. Like we were doing the same thing in high school. Now these guys are just we didn't make it. We didn't the cream weren't the cream of the crop. Those guys were. So now they're just in another high school.
You were pretty creamy though, just to be clear. But I mean, I'll say that
but it happens.
we definitely had fringe benefits associated with our athletics.
Same thing happens in college.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. My friend.
I mean, you're not gonna like screw down your athletes if they don't want to go to the class or anything like that.
Bro, my friend Lindsay went to school. She's like, who'd she say? I think it was. I'm not gonna say. Like, I think she said maybe Robin Harper was in one of her classes, and he was always absent on test day. And she's like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're never here for tests. He's like, girl, football players don't take tests. What are you talking about? Like shit like that. But I mean, dude, those guys are like, they really do fuck football players. I mean, you got CTE and all this other shit. They get way more injuries than the other sports, and it's the only sport where they can't go straight out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one where they, like, really bend them over the barrel. It's like, no, man, we're going to exploit you for the next 4 years. We're going to destroy your body. And you may never get to play football because even if you are a stud and would go in the NFL, you may have, like, a career-ending injury, and we're going to sell your jerseys. You're not even allowed to make any money. Like, I remember I was watching some news article where, like, a football player who, like, was doing pretty good on YouTube as a rapper and was, like getting income from it. The NCAA made him give the money. Like, he, like, couldn't take that money.
But that's his own money.
No, it's not.
Sonny Michel from Georgia.
Was it him?
He was a rapper. He was, like, making CDs.
Yeah, he was getting yeah, the NCAA is like,
yeah.
Can't make any
bro.
money. We own your name right now. If you're playing football, we own your name.
So, like, that's also the thing why, you remember NCAA, the video game? That's why they stopped doing the game, is because the guys wanted money. They wanted a kickback from it. Because
They didn't stop doing the game. They took their names off their jerseys.
Yeah. Well, the game is no more.
The game is no more?
The game is no more. You can't buy it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, like 2014 was like the last year they did it.
I did not know that.
Or something like that.
As long as since I've been playing Nintendo, I guess I wouldn't have known it either. I heard it on the news.
Yeah, I think I gave up video games like at 05 or something.
Sorry, Phil. Not all of us are as mature as you.
I wish I could get into it. It'd save me money. I could sit at home and fuck around with that shit.
Right? I wouldn't have to go to the bar and drink.
I know.
So you played football and wrestling. Which one was your favorite?
Football is like my passion, but so.
Just to be clear, what's your stats here, buddy? You're a big fella. What are you, 6'2"?
No, you know I'm 5'10".
No. Daddy's 5'10". You are about 3 inches taller than me. Evan, he's taller than you.
I don't know. We can stand up and measure. I don't
Fucking stand up.
Go
Oh.
back to back.
I'm good.
Like no, he's how tall are you?
Like 5'11".
You're not,
Yes.
dude. I'm 5'10", and
Phil,
you
I
are.
think somebody lied to you.
It would be every ruler I've ever seen. So
Same ruler you used to measure that man
Yeah.
downstairs.
Oh,
yeah,
light
same one.
switch.
It's a very generous ruler, all right. So what if it's maybe it was reading the centimeters? I don't know. You know,
Right? Who knows?
Now, the reason I asked that is because just wrestling's not a thing down here, and I'm always like, man, if I had wrestling, I think it would have been a different game for me.
who are you talking to? I'm the short one.
Yeah.
I'm out here with all you fucking giants.
Yeah.
You goddamn ogres. Like everybody in the South's fucking just sweating cornbread and chitlins. They're all fucking 6'2s. Every one of my friends, like every time like my kids meet my friends, like, Daddy, why are all your friends huge? And like Evan is like the smaller one of my friends. You have Webb and all these other guys. Like everybody's big as fuck. And I'm like, powerful 5'10" right here, like
That's
buck
a
70. But like even in football, high school football, right? So we played against D1 blue chip athletes: Jamarcus Russell, Pat White, Lindsey Twins, all these cats, all these 6'5", 6'6" guys. And unfortunately, we had a very fast defense, but it was like very small.
Yeah.
I'm a starting defensive end.
And I'm Al Bundy.
Nah, yeah, he started.
I started, and I did good, but because we were really well
You were
coached.
heavier
Yeah.
back then.
I was 220, yeah. So I was his weight now. But at the same time, we were really well coached. A lot of the teams didn't have the coaching staff we did. So I think that's why we were able to find success with much smaller and less gifted athletes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you like the football, the wrestling. No colleges were looking at you?
So like, what my problem was is like I had like so up north you get like small Ivy League schools, which are
Point
Yeah,
it up.
okay.
There you go.
so like where I was from, like it was more of like the Ivy League schools or anything like that, like Stonehill, Holy Cross. I got a letter from like UPenn and everything like that. I just didn't have the grades to go there because like they're like looking at me and thinking I had like a 3.5 GPA. 'Cause somehow it got out that I had like bad GPA. I did not. I had like a 2.5 or 2.5.
Isn't it weird when people get like the wrong impression about something you're packing and then they find out that's not the case? So it really does.
Is that your weekend at the
I
bars?
think it's like a cruel joke. Some girl went around for a lot of like that guy. I was like, don't tell people that. It's a fucking lie.
right. Let them find
Anyways.
out on their own.
And I'm just talking about shirt sizes if anybody's curious. But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's cool. And then, so like going into my senior year, I decided I was gonna go into the military. Told some
Yeah.
colleges that. So then like kind of like like all right later.
See you later.
They're like see you later. And then like winter of my senior year, I was talking to like Merrimack, which like went from D2 to D1A up there. They needed like linebacker, and that's like the position I like to play. And I was pretty good at. And I was trying to talk to them like, hey, like we talked a while ago. Is there still an opportunity for like me to come out, work out for y'all, and everything like that? Like, nah, man, position's been filled. Good luck in the military, there, brother. I was like, cool, thank you.
All right.
I was like, thanks for the love.
And then so you went in the military after that, right? So
Yep.
what? So you went in the military what year?
To 2014.
We're old, dog.
Yeah,
Getting old, man. Yeah. So you went in the military in 14. Now, you and I were both in the Ranger Regiment, right?
Yeah.
75th Ranger Regiment, Special Ops Unit. It's actually how we got to meet each other. Like you know, tell Evan how we actually come to meet each other.
All
We'll
right,
get back
so-
into the whole Ranger Regiment thing.
me and our listeners.
right.
Just Evan.
it's just him.
Just Evan.
This-
Nobody's listening.
This is for us.
This is just for us.
This is for us.
Forget about the microphone.
Right. So, anyways, I was at Lifetime. It's like nice hoity-toity gym. Not thinking I'd meet my kind of people there.
What kind of gym?
Hoity-toity gym.
Yeah. Just to be clear, we're fancy.
We're fancy.
All right.
Spend all our money on the
Go
gym.
on. Can we take a quick timeout?
Yeah.
Taylor! Did I tell you how nice you look today? You look really great in those clothes, and you are so conveniently close to the cooler. She's going to stab me in the face. Evan, you got that covered, brother? All right. Derek, you can proceed. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Anyways. So,
Wine or
Stay with the beer, and then we'll switch over to wine after we get lubricated.
Not the first time you've
You-
had to
you
get
need another
lubricated. No, I'm good. I'm sipping on this. But anyway, so soft fill. Noticed his KI bracelet. I was like, all right, cool.
So, Evan, he noticed the first thing he said he noticed was the I'll crack him. He noticed was the KIA bracelet.
I was like, all right, so clear military dude. Start looking at his ink. Then I see a skull on there. I see a little 2. I see a diamond on there. I was like, oh, that's one of my bros. That's a ranger. I need to go talk to him. And he's clearly getting after it in the gym like most guys do. And had to go talk to him. Guy had some pythons on his arms.
He's talking about tattoo, not my actual arms, by the way, just to be clear.
No, talking about those arms. He
Yeah.
gets a crazy punch.
What I lack in size, I make up for in insecurity and heavy gym
Tenacity.
workouts. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Big Phil's like, who you with, man? Like that, just like generally, like you always run across here. Take that one. I haven't drank out of it yet. Rangers always run across each other. Spec ops in general, you can always pick out. Like I've ran across a couple of group, special forces
Yeah.
group guys here. Like you carry yourself differently, you look differently. Your tattoos are kind of in general like shorter, stockier guys. Like clearly couldn't make it pro athlete, so you had to do something that was next level.
Is there a tattoo formation that y'all usually get, or
No, like I mean, you
But-
can always pop like Ranger tats or like
or tattoos are in a straight line?
No, but if you look at his tattoo, see how it
Yeah.
has the helmet and then there's 2 on it?
Yeah.
That's going back to World War II. The Rangers that ended up taking the beaches
Right.
in World War II. That
yeah.
was,
Saving Private Ryan. You see
Oh,
it
yeah.
on the same
Yeah.
helmet. Yeah,
yeah, same helmet. And it's
So you were able to spot that?
Yeah.
at the bar, right?
no, when we were at
the
the gym.
gym.
I got
Yeah,
you.
I
Okay.
saw
We keep
that.
it healthy, Evan.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
We don't drink. What the hell?
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Yeah. So Ranger Regiment. So you talked to your recruiter. Where in the, how did you like? So my Ranger thing was like, I think the first time I ever heard of a Ranger was like I was in basic and we watched the movie Basic with John Travolta. It was maybe the most cheesiest non-military base. Like
They let y'all watch movies in basic?
our drill
I
sergeant.
knew it, dude.
No, no,
You
our-
always
our-
give me crap about the Air Force
No, check
basic
it out. No, I
training.
told you my drill sergeant wanted to win drill sergeant in the cycle.
Mm.
So he promised us if we cheated and
Oh, no,
we
yeah.
didn't tell. Because like when we had like he had to have as many people like qualify, expert, and all these different like criteria for drill sergeant in the cycle. So dudes that already went and did their qual, he put them in empty foxholes next to dudes that shot like shit, and we were fucking blasting all those dudes' targets. You had 3 dudes shooting one dude's qual.
Wow,
So, like-
all these guys are shooting 38s and 39s.
Yeah. So like he's like, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. I'm gonna be drill sergeant in the cycle. Y'all take care of me, I take care of you. Pizza, movie, hook y'all up for a week, and he did too.
That's awesome.
And so we watched that movie, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Rangers!" And it's not even close. I just remember seeing the whole like Travolta pulled up his like tattoo, and he had a scroll on his forearm. The guy was like, "Oh, you're legit. I'll tell you all the crimes I committed." I was like,
That's cool.
"Yeah, that's the first. That was my first intro of Ranger, even though I'd watched Black Hawk
Yeah.
Down before."
You got the scroll on your arm? Or
no, I don't have
No,
the
he's
scroll.
he's got the diamond. You don't,
why wouldn't you get the scroll?
because you don't do that.
If that was the
It's
premise
it's a
of
bit
going
it's,
into
it's,
the
it's
Rangers.
it's a bit on the nose.
It's
It's a bit on the nose. It's like
it's supposed to be subtle.
that's like you. Would you get Air Force tattooed on your arm or like
I
your
almost did.
like a unit crest? You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
it's
I
the
hear you.
difference.
I know.
It's something unique. And so like Rangers, like if you're just like if somebody wrote Airborne Ranger, sex and danger on their arm, you'd be like
bullshit.
fucking liar.
Liar.
Because if that happened in Ranger Bat, you'd be ridiculed to no end until you like carved that off your arm.
Yeah.
They would kill you.
Probably.
So yeah, for sure. Like you would not get away with that bullshit.
No.
Dude, I got a Phoenix because with like the DUI in it, and I still got shit for that because at the DUI they're like, "Fucking, we got there, little flaming chicken." I still got shit for that. Like they should always give you shit. But so how did you learn about Rangers, and what made you? So you were at sorry, little technical difficulty there. We're back. So you were at the Marine Recruiter.
Yep,
You
they-
fucked up the ASFAB.
Yeah, they told me I was a retard. Couldn't be a Marine, being a retard. That's what they told me. This guy was also like E7, like Pogue guy, and didn't ever deploy or anything like that. I was trying to act all hard with me. And so like I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I went and talk to the Navy dude. Navy dude was cool as shit, trying to help me out, do whatever. So he's like, yeah, man, we can do this. We're just gonna put you on the Pulley program. You're gonna be like 18 months out. We can get you your contract if you score well. I ended up scoring like a 73 on the ASFAB with like a GT score of like 114 or 111 or something like that, which made me applicable to go get that contract. And then some time passes. I was like, shit, man, I want to go play football. So cancel my contract in the Navy because I was officially enlisted in the Navy at that point. So I canceled my contract with the Navy, tried to go play football, and then that, like, I don't know, it wasn't a good enough opportunity for me there. So I decided, like, well, shit, like, I talked to my dad about it. He's like, look, the Army's going to give you the best opportunities to go to whatever school you want to go to. The Army's going to let you go to it because they just have that kind of funding. Like, if you want to go airborne, you can go to airborne. If you want to go to sniper school, you can go to sniper school. You can do whatever you want. I was like, all right, cool. Let me go talk to the Army recruiter. Go talk to the Army recruiter. He's like, hey, man, like, what are you looking to do? I was like, hey, man, I want to be SF. Like, what do I got to do to be SF? Well, he's like, well, dumbass, you're 18 and you got to be at least 20. He's like,
Whoa, they're not. When did they start doing that for the 18 X-ray contracts?
you got to be 20 to get an 18 X-ray contract.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, shit, well, what can I do being 18 years old? He's like, all right, so you're going to get this 11X contract with an option for it. And I was like, all right, sounds badass. What does that mean? He's like, it's going to be a Ranger. I was like, shit, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. Yeah, so you like got into it by default. Like you were like, can I do this? They're like, no.
I was like, well,
What about this one? They're like, no.
I was like, well, how about this one? I was like, yes. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this.
Just to let people know who don't know, like Ranger Regiment, not fucking Ranger School. Ranger Regiment, the people who are actually in SOCOM and kicking doors and go get bad guys, has the shortest and lowest bar of entry for all the SOCOM units. Like the age criteria, like rank, like prior existing rank criteria, all the different criteria that normally require more years in service, age, higher prerequisites doesn't exist for the Ranger thing. However, they also, when I went through, now I'm not sure what it stands now with RAS, but it had the highest attrition rate. You know, like I was telling him, it was like my class started with over 500 dudes. We graduated 42, and that was after a 3-week course.
Yeah, we started, well, I want to say like 180, 200. We ended up graduating with like 70, so we dropped, shit, what would that be, like 60% of the class?
2/3.
Yeah, but we had a really strong class. We had a bunch of like Sergeant Major's kids in the class, a bunch of dudes who were like,
England.
yeah. A bunch of dudes who are like Q course dropout guys,
go.
SWIC babies and stuff like that. Who just like
Swick baby. What is that?
That's Navy dudes, right?
No. So a SWIC baby is like the special operations warfare, where the heck it is. It's like the people who are trying to do SF or the 18 X-ray contract, but like they're a 21-day non-select or a 24-day long select, however long selection is now.
So like that's a similar but separate criteria than the Q course drop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What's Q course drop?
Q course is SF course where you get
So,
your long tab.
So like once you get done with selection, once you get done with the SFAS, you go to the Q course, and then like that's when you
That's where you actually get your green. Like so, you have to go through a pre-selection thing, and then you start the course.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that don't make that.
Yeah.
All right.
Which Joey, who is like a brother to me, we grew up with, play football with, has got the Tower of Power. He's got his Airborne Ranger SF, and he is high speed over there getting some right now, and it still baffles the mind.
It still baffles the mind.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude, like
No kidding.
Joey, like I knew he was always smart because like we'd play like Madden together, and he could like read the defenses and stuff. And we're like 16 years old. He's like, "Oh, you're playing this. You're playing cover 3." I'm like, "What?
How do you know?
What are you fucking talking about? I'm just hitting AABB, like trying to fucking play the game." He's like read the defense and shit, but like in school, it just didn't click to him.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, man, like high speed military shit,
Just like made sense to him.
it just works.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking savage. Like he's on
Yeah.
their fucking their Halo team.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's on the fucking Halo team. So he's, jumping out, doing all kinds of crazy wild shit. Yeah, dude. He gets picked up for like special assignments.
Stomp, stomp, wink, wink, nudge,
Yeah,
nudge.
wink, yeah, wink, wink.
Cough, cough.
Secret squirrel things.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolute stud over there getting it.
Yeah.
Partied with his whole pack of children. I was telling Evan. So like, his wife is Vietnamese.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's from Mobile, but she's Vietnamese descent. She's actually, she was born in Vietnam. Hong was, and then
they're for real Vietnamese.
like Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Not
Yeah.
like,
Their parents
Vietnamese.
don't speak English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he's got 3 kids with her, and like I actually used to like date her sister, and she's got, but we're still friends. But, like I know her husband and stuff, but like they've got 2 kids, and so I just brought my kids to the beach the other weekend, and and I know he is gone right now, deployed. She was in Mobile. They have a business there in Mobile, but he's stationed at Bragg. But I was like, hey, do you guys want to come over and visit? Because my kids love playing with their kids. And so they come over, hang out, and we're like going to like the lazy river and all this stuff. And people are just looking at me like, what has this white man done? Because I had like two, like they could tell like young adult female Asian ladies, and there were a pack of like Asian babies, like mixed little Asian babies, and like two white kids. And like I was floating with
Just like
all of them. There were like two Asian females and there were like 7 kids, and people were just like, what the
Just
fuck?
mind fucking everybody.
What is this guy doing?
And she got him a harem of.
Dude, that's what they thought. That's what it looked like. There were 7 kids, 2 women, and me just floating in the lazy river.
Phil can't get out of that Afghanistan mindset. He's got a harem of wives.
Oh man. Well, no lady boys though. No lady boys and no young men the Afghani way. So you get the Ranger thing because it was the only one that really fit your situation.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to go to school. Because if I went to school, I felt like if I wanted to go play football, I already shattered my hand one time, and if I shattered my hand again, I wouldn't have been able to use it. And I wouldn't have been able to get in. Like I already knew I could play football and I could stud out at football. I didn't know what I could do in the military. So that's
Right.
kind of like what pushed me to go into the military too, right out of high school.
I got you. All right, so you get the Ranger thing. Like, when did you start learning about what a Ranger was, and kind of like, so you're like, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Let's do it.
I started learning about it first day of RASP.
Ah,
First day of selection process.
so you like when you're like balls to the wall. All right, let's just do it. So you get in the military, you go to basic.
Yep.
You go to airborne school.
Yeah.
And then it's time for RASP. And go ahead, explain to people what RASP is in the different phases of it, if you would. Because I'm still new to this as well.
Yeah, I
like,
know you're new to it. You went through RIP. You had a 3-week course. So basically, like the first couple weeks, you're just getting your stuff pushed in. You're getting smoked. You get
say what RASP stands for, so they actually understand.
Ranger Assessment Selection Process. So basically, you're being selected to be in the Ranger Regiment. And basically, the first couple weeks, you're just getting smoked all the time. They're trying to see you're like mentally tough enough to be there. And then the last like 4 weeks, you're doing.
How many weeks is it overall?
It's 8 weeks. Yeah,
it's 8 weeks. So essentially, they're still kind of incorporating that RIP aspect where they crush your nuts for a couple of weeks, like a hell week for SEALs. So they spend like 3 weeks seeing if you have the mental durability and physical durability to hang.
Yeah,
I got you.
And then
the
last couple of weeks, they're doing your basic Ranger marksmanship and all that fun.
So they're
stuff.
actually making you battalion ready, as opposed to back in the day when you show up just like hard but with no skills.
Well, how long after boot camp is this?
Oh, dude, it's right after. So you go
immediately.
Yeah, you do boot camp, airborne, RASP.
So you've not seen. I mean,
you've not seen the.
You've not seen the light of day.
No, you've only been in training.
You've only been in training. Your first year, you're in training. That's why they make you sign a 4.5-year contract.
Yeah,
they lock that shit in.
Yeah. So the different so the reason it developed into this, right? So RIP existed how it was since 1974, the version I had, which is actually the very last 3-week course, right? Yep. Class, whatever it was, 03. It was through December of 03 we graduated. And then, 02, 03. So,
hold on, man.
It was 03 to 04. Yeah, it was 03 to 04.
Man, what's going on here?
A little bit. Yeah, something. So it was because the war on terror is just such a different war, and the op tempo is so much higher. Like the deployments, you have people with 20 deployments under their belt, because war has never existed like it exists now. We have we have 2 decades of war under our belt almost.
Yeah.
We have
it's a different type of
you have people
too,
who are like, it's completely different kind of warfare. Like they're trained completely, like they're trained different than how I was trained.
Oh yeah.
So they changed the whole program to where it used to be, they send you through 3 weeks and crush your nuts and make sure you can handle the basic rudimentary concepts, but really it's a toughness test. And that's what it was. What it always was.
Yeah.
And then you get to battalion, and then you learn in battalion when you get to your platoon and your squad, you learn your actual skills.
Your finesse.
Well, back when I was going through, they realized this was a major problem because I was only in battalion for 3 months before I deployed. I had no skills. I spent 3 months.
Somebody though has got to be making the decision to put you on a roster to send you overseas.
Everybody had to go.
Everybody goes.
Yeah,
we're a small unit. No, we're not we're the smallest.
So it's not like this guy. We probably don't want to take him.
No.
This time.
It's not like these big units. Rangers are the smallest special ops unit in the community,
Well, I
right?
think the bigger units, it'd be easier to get like lost in the crowd, or
No. I mean,
the
like
smaller
I mean,
units,
so-
it'd be like, well, I guess from a supply
there-
and demand.
yeah, there's not an option.
I got you.
Rangers have been continuously deployed in the GWAT since it started. So at that time, we were doing 3 months on, 6 months off rotation between the
It's
three.
GWAT.
Global War on
Global War
Terrorism.
on Terrorism.
You participated in that, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't have those fancy acronyms.
Air Force doesn't do the acronym.
Yeah, so the GWAT, like we did 3 months on, 6 off, but we would still surge in the middle. So like you do 3 months over with a hit list of shitheads, and then like every now and then you do the 45-day like surges, right? So you do 3 months on, and then you like supposedly come home for 6 months, but you do 1 or 2 surges in the 6 months, and then you do your 3-month rotation. So you end up with young guys who are in their early 30s who have 21, 22 deployments. They've been murdering folks longer than they've been an adult. Like their entire adulthood has been deploying overseas and murdering folks. Joey and other dudes we went to battalion with. It's funny, like some of his leadership actually were nugs under me.
Yeah.
Um,
That really threw me for a trip when you knew like my platoon sergeant was like one of your like privates. I was like, oh shit.
yeah. So
Did he know Phil?
Yeah. No.
wait, I was like, wait, this guy. He's like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So like all the
But
guys.
did the guy know Phil? though?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they knew.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the guys I went through with are all senior leadership by now. They're all E7s. Dude, I'm good. I didn't miss anything. I'm good.
I got you.
I'm good, man. Power to him, man. I'm good. But go on, man. Go on. So like, make it. You get to RASP, and you go straight through RASP, no recycle.
Yeah, I went straight through your ass. No recycle. Thank
And
God.
what were like? So what are the phases? So you get through the first 2 or 3 weeks.
It's like 3 or 4. I can't do it, man. I can't remember. It all blended together, you know.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah. So like you go out to Coal Range. You have that fun time.
The best.
The best time.
The best times. So you get your ass smoked. Like, what's the first like technical thing? They like BRM,
Yeah, it's your basic like ranger marksmanship.
and then Ranger Marksmanship, which incorporates CQB,
yeah, that's what you're learning. There.
close quarters battle. Evan,
Yeah.
that's the clearing room aspect.
I know that one.
You know
Yeah.
that one. They taught you that one.
Just kidding. No.
It's the CQB, and then
Did I tell you the story? They would like.
They
about-
wouldn't give you magazines.
They wouldn't give us magazines.
Yes.
Didn't want to give us guns. we definitely didn't get any close quarter battle or combat skills training. Yeah, they didn't.
no,
know how level.
they actually teach you guys to breach bang clear, right?
Yeah,
Like the full-
they-
like how to use how to clear breach the door, fucking shotgun.
No,
all
not
that-
not us. You're talking about him. Okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go like too much into it because I don't know what they consider like is.
OPSEC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit. Who knows anymore?
I mean, you just check Instagram, bro.
Right?
All that shit's on there. All right, so you get through.
Wait, hold on. So is that a problem? Like you
What?
see these guys posting that stuff on Instagram?
Yeah, it gets
Yeah,
pulled, it gets
you're
pulled
not
down.
You're not supposed to do that, and I was like, that's something that's like very frustrating. It's like when you see people like throwing all their stuff up, like
There's a saying in the special ops community. What is it called? Quiet.
professional.
And then the SEALs led the strong charge because these motherfuckers are Hollywood as fuck. They're like, we're writing books and making movies, motherfuckers. And like the SEALs have been the butt of our jokes
still are.
forever. They always have been, right? Because the majority of them outside of DevGru are, but
Not.
not as high speed as
Rotund.
Hollywood would have you believe. And how long have Rangers been rescuing SEALs? Has there ever been a rescue mission where Navy SEAls rescued Rangers?
You stole my joke, Phil.
I did.
You bastard.
But I'm saying, like, Red Wings, everything else. Lone survivor Marcus Luttrell, who carried his ass out of there? Rangers. Some of my friends did that. But Hollywood churched it up, and it was very.
So like Hollywood made it seem like this big, huge thing, and it just
There was a mega battle at the end, which did not occur.
Heads chopped off.
And not that it wasn't a super inspiring and real tale of heroism and like fighting through adversity, losing everybody in your team, and making sure you survived and got out of there. All that's real. I'm not taking anything away from that, but I'm saying like the dramatic aspect, and you can't really fault Hollywood because that's their job.
No, it's like they're trying to sell a story.
They're trying.
It's
They're trying
great-
to make it more interesting. Like,
It was a great movie. Don't
they're like,
get me
wait,
wrong.
so you guys just hung out there and had like chai tea with like the village elders until help arrived? What if there were gunfights every day? You know, like it's that.
Well, that was like the thing with American Sniper too.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, he's on a sat phone calling his wife, and then he gets shot at by like some dude.
He's like, hang on, baby.
Like, let me put this down and go engage this guy. No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's some silly shit, but I mean, and when you like talk about it, people are like, whoa, you talk about America's not. No, we're not saying that.
No,
Like,
we're just saying that
he
Hollywood
was a real
takes-
guy and was really
It's
getting
an
after it.
embellishment of the
Yeah.
like.
It's an exaggeration of the truth to sell more movie tickets, which is fine.
which is fine.
But don't fucking say that it's real. Zero Dark 30. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, that was also a good movie. That movie was badass. Like when that came out, I was
Even the SEALs came out who like told them who like
we're like, no, dude, this is wrong,
no that like they just like yeah we just had to tell you like what would sound better than like the way it went.
right?
You know, like which it's neither here nor there. So
Yeah.
you graduate RAF straight through, and you get to third bat, and you became a mortarman.
Yep, all that fun time.
And so explain to Evan about mortars.
Oh, the mortar platoon. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine the redheaded stepchild of the military. All right, yeah. So imagine the redheaded stepchild of the military, except extremely testosterone-driven, all Type A dudes.
They're all ogres except for like a few select.
A few of them, and it's just a bunch of guys who want to fuck around and mess with people all day. That's mortar platoon. And if you came into that cough, you're gonna get balled up. You're gonna get hogtied, and you're gonna get thrown back out. That was how that's
Mortar platoon's like a gang within regiment.
it's like
Like because they attach the different line companies, but
It's
they
like
have
a
to
gang of
carry
a gang.
around their mini cannons, the fucking mortar tubes, these giant heavy fucking base plates and all this shit. Like a bunch of my like Brandon you met, you know, like he knows some of my Ranger buddies. Hey, Brandon was a mortar. Johnny Gendron, who I used to hang out with, mortar. Like I don't know, mortar guys. Like they're always like just the kind of dudes they were. They're a little twisted, a lot of fun. I like them. I don't know. But and I was telling him I got to message John, like my last, you know, good friend there, battalion, big giant fucking ogre mortarman. I was like, I found another giant.
Right?
You think they profile those guys to get them in that?
First, like they look like okay, you can carry the 120 base plate.
Yeah, it's not fun.
How heavy is the base plate you have to carry?
The 120 base plate is like 136 pounds.
That's on top of your gear. That's
Is
not
it
just like
120
carrying it.
pounds?
136 pounds.
Yeah. So this is like you have your ruck and your weapon and everything else, and the fucking base plate.
Like you don't actually carry that bit. It goes
Uh,
on a vehicle. And
you
you
know
got to
what I mean.
move it.
I mean, I've met dudes that had to hump it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like to, but you
You got to get it off the vehicle, don't you?
do.
You got to set it up position, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
What if you get to a place where there's no vehicles? Like, can't get vehicles now.
That's what happened in Afghanistan because at 10,000 feet, like
Helicopters don't work too
they
well.
don't work too well. So you got to walk the rest of the way up the fucking foothills of the Himalayas up there to go get bad guys. Helicopters don't work well at that elevation.
Is it the Himalayas in Afghanistan?
It's the foothills of it, right?
Foothills.
It's like
of
the Himalayas, like the same mountain chain, like extends down into those. That's it's called the Asian Steppe.
I don't.
That's what that geographic area I think is called. And that it's never, you know, that's interesting about the area. Like Alexander the Great went through there. All the great conquerors went through there. That area had never been subjugated. That's Genghis Khan's people. Like those people had never been subjugated.
Yeah.
The people of like the plains and those hills, they've never bowed to any other.
Still don't.
No, that's the thing. Like
They don't.
They go into the caves and they will fight you and they will die. Like they just don't bow. They don't. You know, so that's their thing. But like, good dudes over there. Yeah, most of them just want fucking people out of their country. Insurgents, fucking us. They want just like
They want everybody out, man.
yeah, they
just
want
wanna be
everybody
left on their own.
out. They're just like, we go back to ladyboy fucking the whole thing. They're good with that. Did I say that?
So what? Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Where was I at?
We get sidetracked.
No, I don't. Fuck it.
Yeah. So being a giant mortar guy, so you get selected for mortar platoon.
Yep. So basically, by the by, for the mortar thing, it's not like you get selected for it. It's like they base who you're going to be in basic off of what the National Guard unit's doing. So what the National Guard unit needed, they're like, shit, we need mortars. Everybody here who had an 11X contract are now a mortar.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you go into the 11X contract and you're not qualified as a Bravo or a Charlie, and the National Guard unit that's going to train with you at that time is Charlies, you're going to be a fucking Charlie.
Bravo is the standard infantry rifleman.
How big were you? I mean, what
I was 195.
195 in the
Yeah.
military? Solid 200 almost. I got you.
He's got the phone. He'll show you.
I do. I can show you. Don't worry.
I was trying to work out today.
Like after high school and all that, you were like
Yeah, I was
in basic. I mean,
lost
I
weight.
wasted away.
I got fat in basic.
Ah.
Like I got out of shape in basic.
I didn't, dude. Where were you at in basic?
What do you mean? Oh, like
What
Fort Benning.
Fort Benning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Home of the infantry.
I mean, we were in San Antonio.
Follow me. Huh?
We were in San Antonio, man, and it was just like blistering hot. And I'm sure it was in Fort Benning too. So we wasted away. Like I got, I looked like a damn alien.
Well, it was because I was running so much. I just came off of wrestling season, man. So like all I was doing was cardio all day.
I got you.
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah. So mortarmen get to battalion, and then when so you get a battalion. How long before your first like? So when I was in battalion, there were three. Yeah, like well, there were actually 4 companies. You had HHC headquarters company. You had Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie companies.
Yeah.
Right. All the other S shops were in HHC. Mortars were HHC. Ranger Recon was in HHC. Sniper Platoon was in HHC. Everything was in HHC. Anything that wasn't standard line company was in HHC.
Yeah.
But now break down the company structure. It's very different.
Yeah, so like in 2008, they expanded the Ranger Battalion. This is like just common knowledge for the media and everything like that. They expanded Ranger Battalion to have a 4th company, which would be Delta Company, because they needed an extra rifle company to combat GWAT, because they needed more men.
Yeah.
They needed more companies that can more rapidly deploy. And that then started to get phased out.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, shit, we're not ripping out every day now. We're not like doing all this cool guy stuff. So then they restructured it and they split it to where that 4th line company then became like the new HHC.
All right. So you got Ditco.
Ditco, yeah.
Ditco.
Yeah.
Which is what we would call it. I would be part of Ditco.
Ah. No, you'd be HHC.
Would I be HHC
Yeah.
still? Yeah. So I don't know. Like the breakdowns are different now. I like how I'm getting alcohol shamed by Evan.
Why? Does he want you to drink more
Nursing
or less?
it.
Yeah, I'm nursing
Nursing
over
it.
here.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
nursing mine, dude. I don't, like,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't-
still
I
on
don't-
his first one. You're
I
mad at
don't
me. I'm
drink-
not on
I
my
don't-
third.
I don't drink beer.
You see, can I just point something out? Do you see the man meat hanging out of this man's shirt?
Mm.
You're clearly a burlier, stronger bear than I am. So look at that beard, that power
Burr.
beard, that power
Burr.
beard he's been rocking since the 8th grade.
Hasn't shaved it since then either.
Strong since 8th grade. That's right. All right. So go ahead. Continue.
No, so
We're gonna get to this.
we hit Ditco,
Yep.
and then so you get all in, you get mortar platoon going. When did you deploy the first time?
All right, so I only deployed
How long were you in battalion before you deployed? Is a better question.
like 6 months.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, he went from high school. Like, for me, I was in Afghanistan. Like, I had been through basic, AIT, airborne, RIP, and had got to battalion and deployed before a year that I graduated high school. So, like, if I had, like, I was
That
only,
was 8 months.
yeah. So, I went straight through everything, right? So, I get 2 battalion, deploy, not even 3. I got a battalion mid-January, and we deployed in spring, sometime, some March, April, something like that. So, like, I had like just enough training to understand how to GAC and how to fucking
Right.
clear a room and just like very basic shit.
What
We
is
You had
GAC?
enough training.
What is
ground,
GAC?
ground assault convoy, room clearing and like wingtip security whenever.
Yeah,
like,
you had enough training to not die.
or like when somebody gave me orders to do something, I could loosely do it.
I could loosely do it. To
Like
the best of my
I
ability.
knew what they meant when
What
they
is
gave me
wingtip training?
wingtip security.
Yeah.
Like whenever like so like
You sit on a chair on the side of the bird.
yeah, fuck you. Like or maybe you get to go out with green on your first op. Fuck you. You get to go out with green and may or may not get to fucking escort some people. And then you try to pull wingtip security and your nods batteries crap out because you're a fucking idiot.
and you're brand
And
new
you get-
private,
and you're brand
and
new
you didn't have a
private,
team
and
leader
you get
tell
in
you put new
trouble,
fucking batteries.
And green tells you you're never, ever, ever going out with them again because you're a fucking idiot.
What is green? Green berets?
The unit.
No.
Delta. The one that all of us dream about at night.
We're like, oh yes.
The SEALs try out for. Like everybody, like there's no question. Like it is they're the spookiest of the spooks.
Above the SEALs.
It's not even close.
Really?
Nope.
It's not even close.
And that's
They're-
just not Army saying.
No.
No.
Like David Goggins' book, he talks about going from SEAL team, like an instructor as a SEAL, to trying out for DevGru and not making it. He's like, you didn't make it because you were with everybody else, and then you noticed some people were gone. The people that made it, they just plugged out because they become ghosts.
They
Bye.
go away.
They go away.
Really?
There's no fucking graduation ceremony. The guys that make it, like you just wake up in like your barracks and where fucking so and so.
Where's Frank?
It's like like in the movies where like they talk about the rapture.
Yeah.
It's like the rapture, where like nobody told you
Yeah,
it
like
happened.
those were the dudes who got
Like
saved.
nobody told you it happened. Poof, and nobody told you it happened. And you look around like, where's so motherfucker? I'm a piece of shit. God, it's like that. Like they don't tell you didn't make it. They don't tell you fucking dude made it. There's not a celebration. Nobody's family comes. There's like, all right, man, you're a spook now. See ya. And fucking, you just look over. You're like, where'd Steve go?
Was that his name?
Yeah, now he's going by fucking Caesar somewhere, and he's fucking living in Bolivia. I don't know. I'm just saying, like that's the. I mean, that's literally like Goggins' last book. Navy SEAL guy, 20 years. He talks about trying out and not making it. And they let him come back twice. Didn't get it.
Shit happens.
But like Delta is the unit. It is the unit. And guess what? 2/3 of Delta is made up of
Rangers.
Rangers. Just because like we work with them a lot, like we're essentially everybody's like nugs. Like Black Hawk Down, it shows you exactly how we work
With
in tandem, and
Yeah.
we work with SEALs the same way.
yeah, no. It's because we have
They're
all,
not infantrymen.
It's
that's
because we have
not-
all the assets.
Like they're not designed to do what we do. Like we work but they're also more surgical and they're designed to do what they do.
Yeah.
Right? We're just different creatures. Oh. So, did you deploy to the mountains or the beach for the first time?
The mountains.
You went to the mountains.
The mountains.
Yeah. So, first deployment, 6 months in. How was it? How long were you gone? Like, no, don't talk about that. Talk about long time, short time.
Short time that became a longer time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extended. Now, this happened to me, which was awesome when I was there. I got I was ready to get out of there. Like once they told me it was time to go home, I was like ready to go. Right. My platoon sergeant's like, "Hey, you want to be on the last bird out of here with me?" I was like, "Fuck, I do. Like, can I get on the first one, please?"
I'm like, hell no.
He's like, "No, you want to be on the last one." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Just fucking shut the fuck up, McCarn, and listen." And so I manifest out for the last bird, and so the cheers, boys.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me open up my picture. Here we go. Yeah.
Taylor, cheers to you and you guys' wedding. We'll get to that in a minute. We're getting to it.
All right.
It's a different season in life.
Yeah, different season, different flavor. No. So he was
All
like,
right, first off, you uncultured fuck. This is good moonshine. You're supposed to breathe in first. Get the flavor and then breathe back out.
I didn't breathe it from the jar.
"What are you, a sommelier for fucking moonshine? Shut the fuck up."
No, I went to the goddamn Sugarlands when they taught me how to drink it right because
Like-
it was their alcohol.
Shit,
Sugarland,
your fiance,
Texas.
your fiance is in the back right now, like shaking her head and being like, "Yeah, you stupid fuck."
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Sugarland, Texas.
Yeah, Sugarland's a big
No.
area outside of Houston,
Was it
Texas.
Gatlinburg? Or
Yeah.
Gatlinburg?
Yeah, shit, I don't know. Fuck. I was just
You don't even know. You're talking like you do, you bastard.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it sounded
I got
good,
you,
though.
I got you.
Didn't?
Yeah,
It
no, I
sounded fucking
did.
good.
So, Delta's the unit.
So
Uh,
in the sorry, hold on. In the mountains,
Yep.
Afghanistan. Am I
Damn
correct?
it. Nobody's supposed to know that. God damn it.
Okay, all right. The
Everybody-
mountains.
That shit ain't fucking whatever. But hey, I'll say this. So what I would say was, essentially, the battalion commander, all the fucking brass, the fucking stars and bars and the fucking high ups were fucking going on the last bird because they told the fucking flight crew, "Hey, I think you guys have equipment failure. I think we deserve 24 hours in Heidelberg."
Hell yeah.
Remember how they told you to pack one pair of civvies? This is what it's for. Go out in Heidelberg for 24 hours, and you show back up with a bunch of fucking German booze from the fucking PX, and fucking you get the load masters to strap it down for you and bring back. And fucking, or some people may or may not go to brothels and drop their entire deployment coin on one special night with
Phil?
3 different hookers. No.
Looking at
But
you.
I do know a team leader who said it was 100% worth the $4,000.
It was 100% worth the $4,000. Oh my
He was
God.
like, dude, it was me and them, and then it was them, and then I get back in after rested, and we just like cycled through.
And
I
then
was
he got a shitload of doxy on his way back home.
Bro, antibiotics knock out like 70% STDs. It's fine,
Right?
right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. The
Yeah.
doxy just knocked it out.
He's fine. So yeah, so you
So on the note of being over, when you go to Germany and you do that little layover thing, the guys over in Germany take their shit way too seriously.
wait, which guys?
The just regular guys who are like stationed there take their shit way too seriously.
Camp Bell or where?
I fucking know.
Wait, which part? Where did you go in Germany? Heidelberg?
I think so. Yeah.
That's where we always stop.
Yeah. So
Is
like
it Air Force Base or
Yeah, Air Force,
Yeah, yeah.
Air Force Base.
yeah, it was the Air Force Base, but there was Army dudes there, and there was
Air Force takes their shit seriously.
dude. There's
What?
not there. What? The only thing Air Force takes seriously is PJs, goddamn, right?
I was like,
But-
wait, what the fuck? You fucking with me?
But like
You
we
serious, Clark?
like it was me and a couple of my buddies were like rolling around, going to the PX, trying to find some food, like good food. So like naturally went to fucking McDonald's. Duh.
Yeah.
And this guy got pissed off at us because we were in our fucking fields and like we didn't have to wear cover at the time in fields. And he like freaks the fuck out at us and like, who the hell do you think you are? This, that, and the other. And
It's my safety right here, sir.
no, it wasn't like that. It was, and out of nowhere, this magical E6 who is like our father comes out. It's like, what the hell are you talking to my boys like that for? I'll rip your throat out.
That's what's up, man. You gotta love leadership that defends you.
Yeah, just like out of nowhere, this dude comes and just starts crushing this like E7 or E8 big army guy's dick for fucking yelling at us.
Double D.
Dude, double D. Yeah, we talked about dicks for like 15 minutes on the last podcast. Like just nothing about like just real dicks.
It was warranted. Like
It
we
was.
had a.
That was a real discussion.
It was.
No, the discussion about dick though is that the god spent so much time on the female anatomy, and then like you look at a dude and dick's just a dick, man. Thing's fucking disgusting.
They're like, noodle, we're gonna put it on you.
We're gonna put it on you.
It's gonna be a source of embarrassment and pride your entire life. Enjoy.
It's like God had a time hack that was clearly too fucking short for him.
He's like-
that he just couldn't figure out the male body.
He's like, that part they pee out of, and just stretch out a little bit, and less on some, and more on others, and more on others.
Sorry if you're Irish. It's just terrible.
Fuck you, you Irish curse.
Yeah, dude, I'm Irish.
From Baston,
Boston, pack the car.
Park the Con, Harvard Yard.
All right. So we got through your first deployment. We got
Only deployment.
Only
Let's
deployment.
preface that.
back to where?
Fort Benning.
Fort Benning.
Yeah.
Shit. Home in the infantry.
In
So what time
the
away
butthole
from
of the
Fort
world.
Benning have you spent thus far?
Like training.
The
and
last
deployment.
year.
Right? Oh, yeah. So
Away from Fort Benning.
yeah. So just like training and deployment. When I was in the military, is the only time we left Fort Benning.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was terrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
You
So-
came right back to Fort Benning.
Yup.
And how long did you stay at Fort Benning after that? For the next 3 years?
Yep.
You didn't deploy or?
No,
Just
I
some
got
training?
hurt, and then I was supposed to go to Ranger School, failed Ranger School. That's a whole big long story that we shouldn't get into right now. Damn it, Evan, trying to make me feel all sad.
All right, so
Drink up.
why? So why did you choose to get out?
So
Because
why?
me and Evan both chose to get out, and I think
Yeah.
it's a very interesting.
It's like a multifaceted thing. Then.
So wait. Actually, you know what? This brings us to the lovely lady. The lovely lady who refuses to be on camera, but that's fine. She's busy planning your wedding. You should be
right?
thankful, you piece of shit, because
I
she's
am
handling the
thankful.
entire load. So when
Boom.
did you meet your lovely fiance in the middle of all this rangering that you were doing?
Shit, babe. When do we actually meet? Yeah, so like a month after I got back from Afghanistan. So like September 2000.
So she was like, so you were susceptible. You were like a poor puppy.
I was a poor.
You've been to combat, and Taylor was like, just.
Taylor was
just
just like
ready to
Taylor's
get
just like
you.
stud softball player who I just ruined her life.
Whoa. So what were you doing in Columbus, Georgia?
She wasn't in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh.
All right, so
Where were you at?
don't
when
you don't have
met
to
her?
go into details of how you met unless you guys want to. We can always edit this. You can leave out the details you like to tell
Did you
me.
meet her in Heidelberg? What? Come on.
Yeah. Is she an immigrant? And does Donald Trump need to know? Because I'll call that fucker right now.
Donald Trump's wife's an
I will
immigrant.
tell the orange one what's up.
I'll tell the. Hey, I love the orange one.
All right, buddy.
All right.
All right.
All right. So how Taylor and I actually met. All right. First off, I'll tell what we say how we met people is we say we met at the beach. But
Which, if you look at her skin tone, you can tell
You
that's
said
a
you were in
lie.
Afghanistan.
Taylor is a
What the
day.
heck?
She is a day walker like myself. We glow in the dark.
But a lot prettier.
For sure, prettier.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Phil's
but
Phil's
you-
a handsome man.
He says that, but he's definitely shared a bed with me on multiple occasions, so he can go fuck himself.
Dude, everybody's got a slum now and then.
Hey man, you
Well,
gotta have
he
a few.
He
rainy
was
days to
slumming it. I was loving it.
Phil, you gotta have a few rainy days to appreciate the sunny ones. You
That's
know?
right.
That's right, buddy. All right, fair enough. So, you guys met on not Tinder.
Yes, met on the not Tinder, and basically the relationship developed from there. And 3 years later, we're gonna get married.
Where was she living?
She was in Dothan at the time,
And what was she doing in Dothan?
playing softball, kicking ass, taking names.
College?
Yes, I'm like, look, dude. I
So
know
she
that-
was like so
Jacksonville State?
in light of Epstein.
Wallace.
Wow.
Jacksonville's up here, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Jeff State is like or
Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State is up here.
I thought it was over
What? Troy's
Troy.
in Dothan.
All right, sorry.
Yeah. Jacksonville's like what, northeast of here? 20 towards Atlanta, right? Yeah.
Okay. This is Gadsden. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. All right. Sorry.
Evan, I'm gonna have to tell you about your mic too. You need to pull that mic back to your face.
You got to deep throat it.
He knows about it. Dude, him and I both. Like the first episode, I bitched at him about the mic, and then like I was the one you couldn't hear on it because I had it like away from my face.
Yes, sustained.
Yeah. So it's an ongoing effort on production with this because again,
It's amateur hour.
it is amateur. That is fucking
What do you got to do to become an amateur?
yeah.
Not get paid for it.
No, we're working on amateur hour because like there were no tutorials on how to exactly do this, on how to put together. I had to learn about bandwidth and fucking cameras, fucking microphones,
Now,
different
what
kinds of
is
microphones, different audio interfaces versus mixers, how to fucking load it up an RSS feed, how to fucking all this hosting and all this kind of shit. And we've learned all this on the fly. Like me and him are like, we've been talking about it. Like, let's fucking do it. Evan's the one who spurred it on. He's like, just fucking do it. Let's just start building the fucking thing and then fucking do it. You know? And I was like, all right, I'll figure it out.
You don't tell me when
I'm
to
gonna
stop
let
pouring
it
alcohol.
breathe.
You don't let this breathe. You just drink.
All right, hey, so moonshine sommelier. What am I supposed to do again so I don't
Supposed to
upset both of you? As Taylor's watching because you just poured
I
it.
can tell this is good moonshine. You want to know why? All right. You know the reason they swirl the wine in the glass?
No.
So you can smell it. You uncultured
Well,
fuck.
So it allows it to
Breathe.
and go up towards the top of the glass. One, it kind of makes it where the fumes will come out the top.
I hope
But
people
also-
tear you apart on the internet for this
But
explanation.
also, when you swirl it, it hits the sides of the glass.
The bubbles, right?
No,
Fuck
the
you.
streaks. If you see it the more streaks you have in it, that means the more substance is sticking to the side of the glass, and it's not just water. So the more streaks, like this is good. You see all those streaks?
Actually,
Or you just have dirty
I
glasses.
know better than you do about moonshine. And I'll explain to you,
Go
you
for
fuck.
I'm saying wine,
Yeah, you're talking about why this is moonshine.
but it's the same principle.
No, it's not. Do you know what the swirling of moonshine is? Because
There's
moon-
no swirling of
No,
moonshine.
there is. There is. I'll tell you.
No, there's not.
I
Moonshine
watched the
is
movie.
illegal.
I know, and I'm going to explain to you why
This
they swirl.
moonshine's not illegal. The
No,
moonshine
no,
is
I know.
yeah.
Real
I'm
moonshine's
going
illegal.
to explain to you why real moonshine's illegal and why they do swirl it and why they swirl it.
so they don't go blind.
You ever swirled rubbing alcohol and noticed how there's no fucking bubbles in it? The bubbles that happen when you swirl it denote the fucking potency of it.
Okay.
So when they
Bubbles
fucking
and streaks.
bubbles and streaks, bitches. That's the title of this episode. We're
Bubbles
going with that. That's what we're
No,
going with.
seriously though, if you swirl it and you look at the sides of the glass and you see that there's streaks on it, like fingers, but it was I think what they call it. Somalis call it. That's how you know it's good wine because that's like the sugars and the fruit
And
the
not
actual-
not arguing. But what sommeliers have you talked to?
I googled that shit
First off, how the fuck do you know what?
Because
a
I was
wine person
curious.
is called.
Because I have seen movies with those people
Sommelier,
in them.
yeah.
And
No,
I
knew
when
that.
when I notice things that fancy people have that I want to know so I don't look stupid if it ever comes up, I put that word in my little bank.
So when I first started,
let's get this
yeah,
one down. Let's
sorry.
get this one down. We're nursing it here.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
When I started taking customers out, first thing I wanted to know was how to choose a good bottle of wine.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like I'm taking a group of guys out or a group of clients out. I'm saying, hey,
There could be females
Well,
in
yeah,
the mix
absolutely.
too. It's 2019, Evan.
absolutely,
All right.
Racist.
especially in my line of work.
Sexist, you dick.
So I'm looking to see. Okay, I need to have this kind of a what do you call it? A boarding school approach here. I need to go and learn and
Yeah, the
study
basics.
up.
Yeah,
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 that
I need the
rudimentary
basics.
understanding of what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I go out and I figure out what qualifies something as a good bottle of wine. What are the brands? What is the matrix here? So if
First
I'm
off,
going
you're
out-
gonna want Walmart box wine.
yeah, there you go.
Kick-
So if I'm at a
Yeah.
French restaurant and I want to pick out a good bottle of wine, what do I need to know?
Find the Frenchman to ask.
Right. So I look up each category: whites, reds, Malbecs, blends, Sauvignon Blancs.
Whoa, whoa.
You're just saying words that I
Pinot
don't understand.
Grigio.
One more time. Can we get that one more time?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
I don't even know. You probably
He
insulted
Googled
her.
the shit out of
Pinot
this.
Grigio.
you Googled
this.
this.
Sound good.
He Googled this and watched some YouTube videos. I'm like, how do you say
You got to know if
Sauvignon?
you're taking customers out, you're taking
Yeah.
clients out who are going to be spending a lot of money with you.
Yeah.
And you want something to feel like a first class event.
When you take them to Texas
You gotta
Roadhouse.
go. No. You take them to Texas Day, Brazil. You're taking them to these,
Fogo de
I'm
Chao,
not
son.
saying- yeah.
Fogo de Chao, son.
But no, you take them to a nice restaurant, especially in New Orleans. That's where I when I moved to Baton Rouge, that's when I did it because I was
Yeah.
taking these guys out and they knew their wines.
Yeah.
They knew their wines.
You can't
they
fuck
knew their
around down
cigars.
there. You can't fuck
They
around.
knew their scotches.
Yeah. You get to places you got to know your cigars. You for
Dude.
sure do.
You move to from somewhere like Mobile or just a podunk country. I'm not saying Mobile's all country, but it's not
Just a
sophisticated.
It doesn't have it
It
that.
is.
It doesn't have.
It's not that level, man.
It doesn't have that level.
They want to be
Like it has. It has C level and all below. It has B level, but it does not have A level.
So, anyways,
I don't think we're A-level
moved
type
from
people.
Mobile to Louisiana. I had to figure all that out by myself, and I just did some research on it. So, between picking out a good wine, a cigar, and a good scotch and a whiskey, I could probably hold my own there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I tapped into that. But back to subject here. Let's get back on the topic we were on. Sorry.
Oh shit! all right.
Yeah. So you met your lady friend.
Met my lady.
Met your lady. You guys came together biblically, I assume, at some point. And so like and so did she what was your oh no this all this was with Genesis, this whole conversation was what precipitated your decision to get out?
It was like a multifaceted decision.
You like how I use all those big words I chained them together? Like, Evan was ready to shit on. He was
Genesis
ready to
like-
shit on me. I can see it in his face. I kept doing it. I saw him like get more and more like, "Fuck's he talking about?"
So it was like it was a multifaceted decision.
All right.
One was, did I want to stay in the military?
Yeah.
Which was, wow, my life sucks kind of a lot.
And y'all are together at this
Yes,
point. Are y'all
yes, we're-
married or dating?
No, we got engaged when I still had a year left.
No, that's now. We're talking about.
I'm sorry. You're right. Forgot.
Yeah, no. We're still engaged.
I'm sorry. I meant dating or engaged.
Yeah. So we.
Serious or not serious?
Yeah. No, we also spent some time on the not serious part of a relationship, but that's a story for a different time.
Listen to an older man.
No, dude, no, me and her.
Look at me right now.
You're like, you'll never
Evan,
get
tell
laid
him.
again.
Evan, tell him.
Put the shovel down. You're digging it deeper. Story of my life.
Set the shovel over there. Just fucking abandoned. and proceed on to a different
All
topic.
right. So basically,
So why did you want to get out?
One part was Taylor.
All right.
The other part.
Wait. What? She didn't want to go in the military. She had to stay here.
No, it wasn't that. She was 100% down for whatever I wanted to do in the military. It was just I didn't think it was fair to me and her for me to want to go off and do all these cool secret squirrel things.
It's a selfish lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is.
very selfish
It is.
lifestyle.
No, it is 100%.
Yeah, it's a selfish lifestyle.
It's tough.
And it wasn't fair to her. It wasn't fair to me. I didn't like being away from her that much. As much as that sounds like a bitch thing to say, it's like
It is definitely a bitch thing to say, but honorable.
Yeah. Didn't like being away from her.
I sent out a fucking lovey text last night, so whatever.
And what did you receive?
Nothing.
Bum, bum, dun, dun.
Go on.
Like I didn't want to stay in. I was like flirting with the idea of going to SF selection, and then like I knew if I did that, I'd end up doing 20.
Yeah.
And well, if I did that and got picked up, I'd do 20. If I did that and didn't get picked up, I'd probably just go cry and go to the 82nd, like most Rangers do if the shit doesn't work out for them.
I was going to ask you that earlier. What do most people do when they like if the attrition rate's so high? What do most people do?
Cry and go to the 82nd.
Cry and go to the 82nd. That's
Airborne.
It. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Airborne.
so 82nd's like your premier airborne unit.
They're-
And buddy, they will tell you that they are the premier airborne
But
unit.
hey, man, nothing against them. They are some bad dudes, though. They're good.
Yeah,
at what they
because
do.
they are Ranger failures and other failures and SF failures and all the other things.
Yeah, I mean, they're good dudes, though.
they're good. I'm not saying they're bad.
They're a
dudes,
great unit.
but like their overall anal
Oh, yeah.
sense of like, we have to be the standard. We're like, bitch, you are not the standard. We're the tip of the spear. You are the tip of the spear that is 4 spears behind the other tips of the spears that came through. So settle down.
Settle down now, Bobby.
Well, we got Rangers up here. No, you don't. You got people that went to Ranger school. They were never in Ranger regiment.
Or they are from Ranger Regiment and they get their fucking 5 in like 2 months.
Or they got their RFS.
and then they go.
Heck.
And then they go to the 82nd and get their 5 in 2 months. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, so Ranger Regiment shoots themselves in the foot, and they're like, they don't want to promote anybody. Like, they are so hardcore about standards. The standards. Like, see, that wasn't like me and him both. Just know, like, it's just so hard ingrained in us. Like, and it's in
When he said it was like a reflex.
yeah, the standard. Yeah, it's like, well, no, it is. I mean, it's part of your DNA.
Standards and discipline, man.
Yeah,
Standards and
fucking
discipline.
Abrams Charter. If the Ranger
the
regiment,
regiment has hoodlums and brigands, it will be disbanded.
it like you are the standard. And the moment it doesn't, it stops being the standard.
I get it.
It is to be disbanded, and that's literally in the
charter,
the charter.
which doctrines us.
Same with the Air Force.
So how does it feel? No. On a side note, so we can get sidetracked for a little bit. How does it feel that the Coast Guard now upsided the Air Force?
Doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay.
Evan's like,
Dude,
Evan's
I
like,
had
you
it.
see my orange ducky?
I had it
set."
made. I had it made. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I wasn't trying to talk shit. I was just trying to like talk shit and
Oh
figure
man,
out.
I know. Like we were.
Dude,
I spent.
They
11
know
months.
they're doing better than the rest of us. They're
Right?
like,
They're smart. They get paid more
oh, they're
money.
like, you mean you hate our beautiful barracks and our nice facilities?
Yes, I do.
I
Fuck
wouldn't
you
even call
guys.
them barracks. We had.
They had, no, they
Apartment. They had apartments.
They had dorms.
dorms.
You guys had
And
dorms? Fuck you.
They had cleaning people that came around.
What?
Yeah.
You could hire.
Yeah, it's called privates.
You could hire
No.
Mama San to come around and clean your dorm.
Oh, Evan was in Japan, by the way.
I was in Japan.
Fuck you.
You could hire Mama San to come out and clean your dorms.
Mama san.
You have to pay for that
What else do you have to pay for in Japan?
a lot. Anything.
Oh, that was terrible.
You uncultured fuck.
Was it?
Well, it's
Was
it?
it?
was Laotian. It was Thai. It was Filipino. It was Japanese, Korean, Russian. They blend together.
And I was quoting Platoon in the movie. I wasn't being racist.
You were quoting Metal Jacket.
You're
Full Metal
quoting
Jacket.
Full
Was it
Metal
Full Metal
Jacket.
Jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
uncultured fuck.
I just saw Platoon the
Wait,
other
wait.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah, great
it's on
movie.
Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now.
Damn, gotta go watch that later.
Speaking of, I don't want to jump off topic here. I know we're jumping around a lot, but
ADD.
The
Bitch.
Boys
It was good,
On
right?
Amazon?
I've already crushed it.
What is that?
crushed it this weekend.
Awesome.
You can explain it.
I got 2 more off days. What do I need to do with my 2 more
I
off days?
told him about it the other night.
You told me
You
about
told
it?
me about it.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So on Netflix, like think about
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Amazon, I'm sorry.
Okay, I got
So
Amazon.
the Boys, right? The Boys is about if the same way athletes are marketed, sponsored, have all these different things about them. What if superheroes were a reality? If superheroes were a reality,
That's how they'd be marketed.
They would be treated just like athletes.
Yeah.
They would be LeBron James. Like every
Well, fuck
fucking
him.
Nike swoosh and every company would want to put their fucking badge on his cool guy cape and uniform.
Yeah.
To fucking have their name associated with the superhero, right? So The Boys is about, essentially, it's almost a corollary to top tier athletes.
Okay.
And so, like, they're not always the best humans. Sometimes they beat the fuck out of people and rape them. Sometimes they kill people. Sometimes they have dogfighting rings and are fucking terrible humans and have to go to
Sometimes they
jail.
Why
save
did we
the
just go
world.
straight Michael Vick here?
Sometimes they save the world, but you know, Michael Vick did his time, dude.
Hey,
Whatever.
Michael Vick. All right.
Hey,
I made that joke.
Let's not get on Vic.
Yeah, I made that joke. Great football player. He turns it around and now he like runs like a dog sanctuary. Or some
Yeah,
shit like
dude,
that.
he did his time.
Yeah, he
that
did his time. He's fucking good.
People that are mad at him, like, he did his time.
Like he is
He
square with
lost
the house.
it, and he's square with the house, 100%.
He's square with the house.
Like
I was
we
yeah,
said, if
shit.
you do these terrible things, we're gonna punish you this way. He got punished.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got
And
punished.
you
He
got
lost
guys-
everything. He lost a
other
$100 million
guys in the
contract.
NFL that have killed people.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Don't bring that
I'm
kind of
just-
trouble on you, Ricky Bobby.
Allegedly. I'm
Allegedly.
sorry. It
Allegedly.
it wasn't him as somebody in his posse, but yes. go on.
Correct. Somebody he paid to take the dive. I mean, so allegedly. But yeah, I'm just saying that, like, essentially they drew that corollary to the superhero aspect. Like, if a superhero did exist, if they're a normal person had superpowers, they're still a fucking person, just like athletes.
So they have their flaws.
Though we're held to a higher standard, those people, we put them up on a pedestal, they still get up to the same nefarious things that normal people do. And so, like,
Robert Kraft.
but when you have
But at the
superpowers,
same time, they save the world and they do all these great things, and it's keeping them.
you're
Hey.
eating towards the
Hey,
camera.
you're blocking out the moneymaker. Phil's face is the moneymaker.
It is.
Okay.
It is. Actually, no money's generated, so it's
It's all pro bono.
it's a pro bono podcast.
But it did. It's good. You should watch it.
It's really good. It's cool.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm starring in this
It
shit
has
right
a bunch of it has a bunch of different like pseudo superheroes, and they're all kind of shitheads, and some are cool, some aren't. And then like the regular people who are like kind of like onto the dark side of the superheroes. It's pretty cool.
So like, does like people like pay off the superheroes and shit, or what's
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it just shows essentially the way essentially take the whole athlete thing and just ramp it up to 11.
Okay.
With imagine superpowers and like
So
death and all the other aspects.
so like
of it.
Gronkowski, if he was like a bad person, okay, cool.
So like, imagine a superhero like Flash, right?
Yeah.
So what are the physics of somebody that runs that fast? They're running as fast as a jet. What if they accidentally hit somebody in the street? What would happen? The person would explode into a million pieces.
Oh shit, that's cool as fuck.
First episode.
I mean, like that's.
Why do you got to ruin it? Thank you for the spoiler.
Well, I mean, like that's not a spoiler. I mean, like there's no like key to it. Like that's the
Yeah.
like. So if I'm the fastest guy in the world, I'm running around. If I'm not paying attention, I'm just being a dick.
Yeah.
And I hit a person going Mach 2. What the fuck is going to happen in that human being's body? Skadoosh! Right?
A bug on a windshield.
Bug
Yeah.
on a windshield, bro. And then, like, but they cover, the money, just like with an
Covers it
athlete.
up.
What happens
Covers
when
it
an
up.
athlete fucks up?
Yeah.
They pay somebody to cover it up.
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, Tyreek Hill is about to lose his fucking job.
Who?
Tyreek Hill,
Mm.
Chiefs wide receiver, beat the shit out of his kid. And like the
Oh,
NFL
that Adrian Peterson thing we talked about, remember?
Oh, all right. Adrian Peterson was disciplining his child.
No, but
Did he go too far?
No. Well, we talked about this on a podcast where
Pull up pictures of that shit.
Oh, did he go too far?
He fucked him up.
Oh, he went way too far.
He like broke the skin, like.
Oh,
fucked
okay,
him
yeah,
up.
no, that's
Beat
too
him
far.
with a switch or
He got him with a switch.
Belt switch.
I mean, y'all from Alabama. I thought that was a thing down here.
Yeah, but not,
yeah, it
but
is.
not fucking lashings.
Oh, all right.
Not
shit.
fucking Amistad lashings.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Shit. All right.
That's what I thought. I thought he got in trouble for like doing corporate.
Like just like disappointing his kid. I was like, shit, man. I thought people in Texas
and
would be all about
Evan
that.
educated me. He's like, no, dude. Like these are like fucking like lashings.
Oh, it was bad. I saw the.
He was like
pictures
cat of
there.
nine tails lashings.
Shit.
Yeah, like fucked him up. Like fucked him up hard.
I thought he was just going rule of thumb on that thing, but I guess not.
No, the rule of thumb. Got to keep her in check.
Phil, is that still legal in Alabama?
It is not.
So they did
It's
like they had to do like skin graft, or I say skin grafts on him.
They had to fucking repair the child.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not okay.
Yeah, that's not normal spankings.
Yeah.
If medical intervention is required to recover from said spankings, you're out of line.
I mean, maybe Adrian Peterson's just really strong. You don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm seeing the pictures on it now.
All right, yeah.
I've gotten beaten worse than that.
You motherfucker! You made me feel bad about saying the shit I said last time.
I
And
just
then, like,
I read
Evan
the
said it
article.
with such confidence. I didn't like second guess him.
I just pulled up the pictures.
This
It's
is what.
not that bad.
Yep.
I've got
Guess who just fell out of the trust tree, Evan?
I've had beatings worse than that.
I for sure had beaten
I
worse than that.
I know we'll forget this. We had a pool at our house.
I fucking know.
I know. So
Yeah, y'all know.
I got out of the
shit.
pool.
Tell me, Evan.
I grabbed my towel. I turned around and I like whipped my sister with
Laura.
the towel. Yeah, like
Poor Laura.
popped her, like just like
tailed
the
her.
towel.
Laura
You
was
know,
the.
rat tail.
Rat tail.
Yeah, a rat tailed her with the towel. Ricky got after me with the towel and drew blood because I made her cry.
Showed you.
Hey,
what
I was
was
like
up.
10 or 12.
Hey, Evan, you had it fucking coming though.
Oh, I did. I for sure
Being
did,
a little
dude.
asshole.
Dick move, man.
See, that's the thing, man. Like, Evan now would 100% agree, and I would agree. And if that happened to me, I would also agree that I had it coming.
Nobody would go to jail for that in Alabama.
Fuck no.
Dude,
I got
he's
beat a
from
lot worse than
Texas
that.
though. Adrian Peterson's from Texas, so you know their shit's worse
Yeah,
than
but
ours.
it's Adrian Peterson, bro.
Yeah, you right. I mean, like, but the thing with Tyreek Hill though is like, there's actual audio recordings that his like girlfriend or fiance or whatever.
Oh
she
no,
is.
I do know what you're talking
Yes,
about.
dude.
He was like,
He's like, bitch, you should be afraid of me too.
yeah.
Like, hell no, dude, that ain't appropriate.
There's also pictures. He had it on his thighs, on his stomach, and on his back.
on his stomach.
Yeah.
Ooh, who gets
So
whipped?
he beat the kid pretty good.
But is child discipline?
Yeah, that's the picture.
That's a joke.
No.
Dude, Evan made me feel like a piece of shit for like defending
Well.
Peterson. I was like, I thought it was just like normal, like
I
spanking.
saw
But
the picture. I saw.
Dude, he
originally.
lost a whole fucking season.
Dude, he did.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
he lost a whole season.
He was
in
almost
his prime.
blackballed, man.
In his prime, he lost.
Roger
a whole season.
Goodell, dude. You
Dude,
talking
Roger
about
Goodell-
a knee jerk,
Fuck that
knee
mother.
jerk,
Dude,
mother.
dude,
you
Roger
know what?
Goodell-
you got two Tom Brady dick riders right here.
Hell yeah. Oh, hit the camera. A little bit drunk. Who knows?
Jury's out. I'm just saying, like, fuck Goodell.
No, it's straight up fucking.
Roger Goodell, listen to me. Listen to me right now.
Who would?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That Saints call last season,
Oh.
it should have been the
my
Saints and
God.
the goddamn Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Hey,
you
hey,
fucking know it.
Phil, why didn't Drew Brees make a goddamn play after that then? They're in field goal range. Just saying.
He wouldn't have had to, Dick.
I know he wouldn't have had to, but he could have made the play. They got
It
the ball
would have
back in
been
the first.
first and goal, you motherfucker, on the 3.
Yeah, I know it would have been first goal and 3, but they also got the fucking kickoff to start the
Hey,
overtime.
just so you know, it was egregious enough that the lawsuit is still in federal court right now.
I understand that lawsuit's in federal court. Who wrote that up? You did? Possibly.
Every motherfucker in Louisiana.
Every motherfucking Louisiana.
Every motherfucker in Louisiana co-signed that fucking lawsuit.
Right? But
I'm
hell
gonna
yeah.
tell you right now, dude. Look, I lived across the street from Drew Brees. I love the fucking Saints. Go Saints. But I also like the Patriots, man. I like
All right,
Tom
so
Brady.
here's-
I like his style. I like the Patriots, man.
Who?
And
So
I think the Saints and the Patriots are very similar teams.
they are very similar teams. The only
They're very creative.
The difference between the Saints and the Patriots isn't the quarterbacks, it's the coaching. Belichick is head and shoulders above Sean Payton.
I think so. But I think Sean Payton is the West Coast version
Of Bill Belichick.
yeah.
But he
Like,
doesn't have a good
he,
defense.
he has the same pros, but like it's like having two dads, right? Who are both like
Did you have two dads?
agree on instilling the same values in a kid, but the way they do it is different. Belichick is a hard nosed, like it's my way or the highway. Go fuck yourself. You don't like this? Get the fuck out of here. Sean Payton's like, hey guys, we're all making a bunch of money. Just listen. Listen.
Right?
This is what we're doing.
So going back to the Roger Goodell thing is, I just don't like the inconsistency. Fucking with Ezekiel Elliott getting 6 games for pulling down a girl's shirt, but then Tyreek Hill like smacks his kid, punches
Because
his kid.
there was an audio tape, bro.
No, well, think about this.
Like he's
Think
so
about the
inconsistent.
controversy that Roger Goodell has had to go through versus any other NFL president over the last.
It's because he puts
60
himself out.
years.
It's because he puts himself out there to get through it.
It's a sign of the times, man.
It's the times, but it's also
He's never social media wasn't around for other kids, other
He
people.
doesn't have to be the face like he is being. He's trying to be Dana White. He's trying to be
the Dana White
Don
of the NFL.
King. He's trying to be like he's trying to make himself a
I don't.
public figure.
I don't
When
think
all the other commissioners like look at Silverman in the NBA. He stays the fuck out. He doesn't like get out in front of shit. He does press releases through the fucking proper channels. He's like, deal with that shit.
No, and
He doesn't come out and make himself a figurehead.
here's the thing: they try to beat down on the Patriots because they keep winning.
where if you look at
Deflategate. Fuck it. They played better in the second half after the alleged deflated balls
were switched out.
discovered.
They played better in the second half. Brady's like, thank you for giving me inflated balls, so now I can throw a touchdown.
Oh, you mean like in freezing cold, like gases compressed? That's weird.
There's an
I
actual
thought that was science.
There's an
Never mind.
MIT scientist that proved the point that Roger Goodell is full of shit on that, and that he just needs to leave the Patriots alone. And Roger Goodell's like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I know more
exactly.
about science.
Dude,
than you do.
everything in Roger Goodell's
Science.
face told him to suck a dick. But the best part was Tom Brady's like, I remember everybody in those 4 games that he was out, they were like, what if Tom Brady came back and had the best season and won the Super Bowl?
And then he did.
And then he did.
He had like
What
he
if he made Roger Goodell eat the biggest dick at the end of this season?
The best part about that is that they were down 28-3 in the third quarter.
Do you
with
know?
like
Did you see the breakdown of the?
Yeah.
You saw about the
Yeah.
conspiracy behind his contract, his new contract?
Yes, and
That
I
it's
loved
it
it.
comes out to 28-3.
Yes, it comes out to 28-3.
I hope to God that was on purpose. Can you imagine Brady laughing his dick off? Like, please write it up this way. Just write it up this way.
Well, no, because the Patriots have been known to be like that. They
Just like
the Super Bowl ring had
underhanded,
like 28,
Nefarious.
28 and
Yeah.
83 diamonds in it. The Super Bowl ring from that Super Bowl had like 283 diamonds in it.
Like that's Like that's why they're that good. Because they don't let anything go to the wayside. They calculate every move. Oh, we beat you 28-3 on the craziest comeback in Super Bowl history? Yeah, I'm going to need you to orchestrate the diamonds and precious gems in these rings ever so slightly
To fit 283.
to fit 283. Just so they know 28-3 is
Just in
permanently
case.
engraved in every one of these motherfucking rings.
And
Yeah.
by the by, what
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what other owner has the balls and the
wait. Let's not talk about Robert Kraft's balls because
Right.
he likes to get those out in the public
Hey, man.
sphere.
They have
Hey,
had
man.
a
six
target. Would you say? on-
Super Bowls and over $100 million given to charity.
Fucking
If anybody deserves a
You're talking
stitch-
to an Alabama alum here, fucking in the Nick Saban era. Fucking who does everybody in college football hate? Fucking Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Like
Satan.
they're like
Nick
Saban,
Saban.
but he's like, hey man, would
Everybody
you?
in Louisiana. You mean Satan?
Satan.
No,
That's
Satan.
Satan. Shite.
But I'll tell you this: Evan lived.
Devil is in Tuscaloosa.
Evan lived in Baton Rouge. I lived in New Orleans. In New Orleans, they don't give a fuck about LSU football. It's all about the Saints.
Of course it is.
That's all I got.
Drew Brees saved that fucking city.
Bro, who you telling? I love it.
Drew Brees
I
like,
loved it.
Drew Brees is like, oh, Katrina, I just came off a shoulder tear. Fuck it, we're gonna go win the Super Bowl, boys. Okay.
I mean, like, I'm sorry.
What did you just say?
El Negro?
Oh yeah, no, we had.
Oh,
a,
okay.
we had a something. It was like a black Malbec we had yesterday. You gotta get the cork upstairs.
That's all right. Phil and I will hold it down.
Well, hold it down, dude. Take
Don't
5
worry.
seconds. Go make sure everybody's good.
Go ahead.
No. You get your wine.
Go
you
get-
get your manly wine,
As you push it in front of my camera, you piece of shit.
dude. He just doesn't want you on camera. He's being,
I know.
being a cocksucker.
It's because he's prettier than me. He's got that sweet beard.
So why did you put the two pretty guys on one side of the table?
I just try to get you to maybe you two can detract from each other. Too much man meat on one side of the table. Gives me like a better shot of just myself because, I figure I'd take up my little camera. But with Evan and talking about you getting out and the whole fucking Ranger thing, man. Very glad to have ran into you up here because prior to that, like Birmingham is a big city, but it's fucking closed off like a motherfucker.
Dude, I was so bored. Man,
So bored.
I didn't have.
I've been here 2 years. I've been bored out of my fucking mind.
Dude, I didn't have like I don't. So there's a difference between like meeting somebody else in the military and then meeting somebody who has similar interests in you. When you meet like a fucking brother, which is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
consider
yeah,
as
no,
a brother,
yeah. When you meet
brother.
another Ranger like who's been through the crucible with you, you're like,
That's
you
brother.
immediately just pick up because like we have the same temperament, same
Yeah.
humor. Like you can relate on so many fucking different
Like
levels.
when I was in the police academy because I just got out of the military and I went straight to the police academy. Like the only person who fucking understood me was my buddy who worked with the Ranger Regiment back in 2008 and deployed with them. Because like that's how they are. Like he's not being an asshole. That's just how he is.
Exactly. Trust me. In my like career as somebody who has to work on personal relationships with like my staff and people I'm
how
in
the
charge
hell
of.
did you get in charge of that? That's a real question. You bullshitted well, didn't you?
Bro,
You're
I
like,
bullshit so
I am
good.
an expert bullshitter.
Yeah, I have a PhD in bullshit. But I mean,
That you're not going to pay for.
I mean, like, the whole idea is that, like, it's just called being professional, man. Like, whatever I am outside of work is whatever I am outside of work. As long as I'm the person I need to be inside of work,
Right.
I'm handling everything. And outside of work, obviously, you still have to maintain a level of professionalism that corresponds to your career. Like, your job as a police officer, you can't just be a derelict outside of work because,
I like how you used the word derelict right there. Good job.
bro, I paid $200,000 for a piece of paper. I'm going to use all the words.
All the big words.
All the words I know. No, I'm just saying, like, you're in a profession that you have to maintain a semblance of professionalism outside of job.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm still new to it, and I don't want to like claim that I know like a lot about it or
Yeah,
even a
for
little
sure.
bit
But
about
like
it.
everybody knows, like, if a cop gets busted doing something fucked up,
Oh, they're gonna
off-duty,
get hammered.
they're gonna get hammered. They're gonna make the news.
Yeah,
Like, you can't just be a fucktard.
and I feel like that's like a new concept for people who like come like out of high school or straight out of college to understand that. But come from like where me and you come from, that's just a standard.
It's a standard, right?
It's
like,
a standard,
we couldn't even fucking go 50 miles outside of base.
right?
You have a Bravo notification, right? So you're like,
Shh.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. You're just talking about phonetic alphabet. I'm
Right?
not saying anything crazy. I'm just saying that, like,
Words.
there are certain words and deployment capacities and facilities that Rangers have to be able to handle. And just like, essentially, like, you were always a Ranger 24/7.
Yeah, and that's like something that people don't get, or they want to flaunt the fact that they're in law enforcement. Like, dude, nobody cares. Cool, you're a cop. Good job.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand why people have that pride.
That arrogance, some would say.
Pride, arrogance, they go hand in hand. Just like the
Do
difference.
they?
Just like the
Some people can stay humble.
right?
Hashtag stay humble. We talked about hashtags last night, didn't we?
Yeah. Yes, but we talked about hashtags. Hashtag butt stuff. What?
Hashtag what stuff? Speaking of that, I just want to put it out there.
Butt
If
stuff.
you are into butt stuff, don't be ashamed.
It's a new trend.
It's not. It's been on the low.
It's been on the low, but it's coming to be a new trend.
You can't get pregnant with butt stuff. As long as you keep it shower and keep it clean. I
Or
mean,
just have some baby wipes.
there are worse things you could be into.
Dude, she just stared at me so fucking hard.
Yeah, we were joking about that last night. But I mean, I have some friends that are into butt stuff.
And yourself. Maybe just a finger.
maybe two, depending on the day.
Some stimulation down there. Hey, have you ever seen Road Trip, man? Shit, man.
Yeah, stimulate the prostate. Hey, let me tell you. I'll tell you right now. So, I'll tell you a very funny story about like inadvertent butt stuff.
Go
I'm about
on.
to get real private, real disappointed.
All
Like
35 viewers are about to find out a lot of shit about you.
36, bitch. I would tell you so. Like, well,
that just ruined the topic that we were
that
on.
topic just took a hard U-turn. We were going straight into hashtag butt stuff. Like I was about to get into the absolute detail. And I go, hey, child.
Hello, little girl who doesn't need to hear this.
Actually, I'm going into a medical aspect of it, so it's fine
It's fine.
because I'm not going into like details.
But the other funny part about this is how big and brawny Evan is, and then like you just see him get around his kids, it's like, hello, just like so quiet. He's like Terry Crews from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he starts dealing with his kids.
Man, kids will bring something out of you, man. It's just got to be.
it makes you a different person around them.
It really does.
It really does. So when I moved to New Orleans, like I had been a personal trainer, owned a personal training company, and I had this bike I used to ride to work every day, and it didn't have a very soft seat. And apparently, bumpy rides on soft seats, and if you're not careful, and if you're unlucky enough, you can develop prostatitis.
What does that even mean?
Your prostate gets infected. So, like the beating of the seat on your prostate, which is
Or other things.
Or
Yeah.
other thing? Did
It's
they
New
think you were
Orleans.
gay?
It's
So-
New Orleans.
Did they think you were gay?
the chode is the area between your butthole and sac, and
Uh-huh.
that the prostate resides just above that.
Yep. And,
And-
sometimes you're gonna want some stimulation there. It's okay.
And so your bike seat rides right there, right?
Uh huh.
So
Does
I mean,
it?
I don't
It
ride
does.
bikes, so I don't know.
yeah, and
Tell me
sometimes
more.
if you have a bike seat with an extra nub there just for you, whatever.
Red for hers
cre-
and his blur.
Yeah, creature comforts. Creature comforts. So anyway, so I developed prostatitis. I didn't know. So I actually had these pains, and I had these weird. I thought I had an STD. I thought I had some weird dormant STD. I had not been with anybody, and I was married at the time, but my ex-wife. And I was like, I thought some like random STD had been like lying dormant in my like junk.
You said like syphilis or something like that.
Yeah, that it had been like lying back.
We
and-
never ruled that out, though, right?
No, we did.
You did.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for sure just prostatitis. But it was like
There was tests.
well, prostatitis. It causes your so like your prostate is what creates the fluid to mix with the sperm and everything that are created in your balls, right?
We're getting real scientific here. Okay.
So I'm gonna explain to you why I thought I had STD. When you ejaculate, and I'm gonna use only medical terms because there's a child in the room.
I mean, most people would just steer clear of this topic altogether. But Phil said,
We're going straight medical, and she doesn't know what I'm talking about. So when you ejaculate, it comes out like a
Fire hose.
a gummy worm.
Oh, that
Because
sounds painful.
there's no fluid mix because the prostate is infected
Yeah.
and it's not mixing correctly.
That sounds very painful.
So you
It
get
is painful. And so like instead of shooting a pearl necklace, you're shooting a gummy worm string onto somebody's chest, and you're like, oh, that's gross and weird. Sorry about that. And they're like, what is that? And you're like, I don't know what's happening right now. And so they're going through the urologist, talking to the doctor. Turns out it's prostatitis. So I moved to New Orleans, ended up going to the doctor to get treated. And the doctor's like, and I'm supposed to be going to see Dr. Tracy. Now,
Is it a man or a woman?
so here's the thing. Doctor and the name following doctor is always the last name. But in my dumb man brain told me it was a lady doctor.
It was
Because
not a
it
lady.
was Tracy.
What's it, big honking
No,
black man?
listen. So I get back there, and it is this.
long fingers.
No. I get
sausage fingers.
I get back there, and it is this. I see this beautiful, like, milfy kind of lady in her like a mid-40s, hard-bodied up, long blonde hair, voluptuous. And I was like, oh, this could
I have
be-
a story about one of
I was
those.
very confused and scared and confused and
Milking?
aroused.
All at the same.
And I was like, is there a milking table involved? What are we doing here? I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. And she invited me back, and she was being very flirty. She was talking to me about my medical history. She was laughing and giggling at me. I was like, this is kind of like a date. Like, I was very excited.
Feels more like a third date.
And then she was like, so Dr. Tracy will be right in. And I was like, what? Your name's not Tracy. Tracy's the last name.
Oh shit!
And then this brace faced 35-year-old goes, "Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy," and it's a guy, and he's like,
So
"All
how
right."
awkward is the next 30 seconds before
Well,
little Phil got his stuff
Before
together?
take off.
I knew what was going to happen. I was prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for the next
For
part.
both hands on your shoulders?
Mm-mm. It was my hand placement that concerned me because he didn't want me to have my hands on the bed thing. Like, you're supposed to, like, essentially post up on the bed, right? Bend over.
Uh-huh.
Bohica, bend over. Here it comes.
Go on.
But he's like, no,
Like
no,
prison.
no. Not your hands. You need to be on your elbows. That way you can't brace up or move or do anything if you don't like it. You have to be vulnerable. And I was like, oh.
no.
No, I can't, like, move. Like, if you're on your elbows, you can't, like, jettison your body away or anything. And that's
Negative, Ghost Rider.
And I was like, my elbows? And he's like, your elbows.
Were you in pain at this point? Like, was
No.
it causing you pain,
It
or
was very cold. The jelly is very cold.
no?
No. We're
from
talking about your prostate.
from the infection.
Bro, it hurt.
Okay,
So you were willing to go that mile.
yeah. So you were.
So when you're your prostate, so it goes chode. The layers of this layer cake is chode, prostate,
Finger laying.
bladder, right? So to the opposite of a STD associated with, like, girl, you're so hot, you make my pee burn. That whole situation. Your pee doesn't burn. It's the prior burn, and pee is actually
Right.
relief. So when you
Your bladder swells
right before you pee, your bladder swells up real big, and it shoves down on your prostate.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
already infected prostate, like, it would go, "Gah!" kill me. And then as soon as I pee, like, as the bladder, like, deflated,
Mhm.
I was like, oh, like an instant
Make
relief.
that sound again.
Oh.
There you go.
And as you kick the camera, Rick,
My kid.
yeah, we'll blame it on him.
Fuck it.
Yeah, so like I'm eager to get relief, and so
If you know what he's saying.
whatever kind of relief, whatever way that relief comes, so he so he double clicks my mouse and
That's what I like about these high school girls.
click gives it a double click, gives me a double click, and just leaves me. He goes, yep, definitely inflamed and all set. Yeah, he's like you.
And the doctor will be in a minute.
He's like, I'm just a janitor.
Yeah, but both of his hands were on my shoulders. It was so weird.
It was weird. I don't know how he was able to perform that procedure. Yeah, so he's like, ended up being squared away. But yeah, so hashtag butt stuff, man.
So there's a urologist here in Birmingham.
They did that to you?
No.
That does to your friend.
That does vasectomies.
Okay, go
And
on.
apparently he's like this eccentric kind of doctor that is real goofy but he's the best.
How do you qualify as the best?
How do you-
vasectomyologist?
How do you qualify? Is that like the best bulk?
Go, so stop. So either you tied my stuff in a knot and burned it all up, or you didn't.
Right. But apparently he's the best guy in Birmingham
Does
to
he
go
like
to
make
get a
it?
vasectomy.
Does he make it like comfortable?
Nah, I don't know what it is, but like
Double clicks that mouse a little bit.
he's all over social media.
That's
A
what?
lot of guys from our church have went to him.
The nut burner doctor?
Yeah.
Like, what is his like handle?
He's a urologist.
Burn your nuts?
No, it's a urologist.
www.burningnuts.com.
Yeah, but why would he be all over? Like, what he does is so invasive and so personal.
Nah,
what would his
it's
handle be?
not.
Like,
but
nut,
it's not.
nut burner?
But he makes it to where it's not.
Phil, I just told you,
Like, it's something that every guy, almost every guy does nowadays. 90% of men in Birmingham right now
I make
have it done.
healthy, happy kids. Not closing this off. What if the world comes to an end and they need me to procreate?
I hear you.
Well, I mean,
I've
Phil, they
seen
need a
that
bunch of
in
guys
the
that sit
movie.
at 5'10", but are actually 5'8".
But when you
They'll fall.
have poison that comes out of your body and creates an insta-kid like me,
an insta-kid.
I get within 5 feet of my wife. And I'm like,
pregnant. You touch her, pregnant.
I'm like Sean Curry, 5, 10, 30 feet away, shooting a three.
draining it.
You mean Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
You said Sean Curry.
Sean Curry.
I don't know the fuck.
Shout out to Sean Curry, whoever you are, wherever you are.
It's actually a guy I used to work with.
Well, I mean, if he
Steph
could
Curry, 30 feet away, making a three.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you. I trust me.
I got to get a vasectomy.
Every
I
time,
can't afford another one.
I can't afford not to.
I mean, you might can
It's an
afford
investment.
another one. I mean, look,
Yeah, I think-
you make healthy,
Well-
happy, good-looking kids. They're all healthy. They're all happy.
I agree with that.
Just keep producing them. Just sell them.
Nah.
They're big. You sell them to people.
They're like, this one's going to be an athlete.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gaines is heavier than both my kids combined.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, he's so
He's a
dense.
stud, dude.
He's so
He's a
dense.
stud.
He is. He's
I got a
heavier
nephew
than
like
Sage.
that. I got a nephew, Ryan's kid. He, like, you put him on offense or defensive line, you cannot move him. Just put him
Anchor.
16, 17 years old, you're not going to be able to move that kid. I don't care. He could weigh 185 pounds or 125 pounds. You're not going to move him.
Just the way he,
his
just the
center
way,
of
just
his
the way
mass.
he moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just unreal. Like, and Ryan's built like that.
Yeah.
Ryan's just a thick guy, and I am too, and you are too.
Are you
I mean,
thick?
it's just
I love how you're pointing out all the thick guys. You're like,
everybody
No.
but Phil.
Everybody
Phil.
in this region, not so much here.
So I remember.
And on that on that note, Taylor is also tick too. So sorry, Phil,
I got you.
just not you.
So I remember in high school, we had a guy, Daniel Williams.
That bastard.
Yeah, like more talent in his body than we probably.
You're
had
talking
in
about
our
the most
pinky.
unathletic looking dude. Should not have
Yes.
been an athlete or been able to play
Oh.
ball the way he balled.
White redneck boy, just came from a scrappy neighborhood, and just he was like 6'5" and just lanky, had a wingspan.
And would
just-
play defensive tackle as a tall, skinny guy.
How the fuck that work?
You couldn't blow him off the ball.
You couldn't.
He's just so fast, so strong.
He was just tough.
Yeah.
Just tough. I mean, tough. But as we got older,
Like
though,
redneck tough,
like
or
redneck tough.
okay.
Yeah, he
Like,
had
so-
good hands.
But you know what happened though? Like his senior year, he wasn't as productive. We were facing more talented people.
Because he was getting girls pregnant and working a full-time job.
Put it this way. So Evan, verify this for me. Our senior year of high school,
Senior year JV basketball.
the only starting defensive lineman that did not have a kid.
God damn.
Daniel had two.
He had 2 kids.
Everybody on the starting defensive line with me had a full, like, not a pregnant girlfriend, but like a kid, and we're thinking on about like 2 or 3.
Shit.
Like Daniel, as soon as football season was over, he's like, "Well, go work at the factory. This whole school stuff's for the birds.
That's exactly what it
School
was.
stuff for the birds.
See you boys later."
But I never will forget. He came in the locker room one day, and he's like, "Man, what do I got to do?" He was talking to me and Phil. He was talking to me and Phil, and Phil had like this whole regiment down.
You gotta think. So, like, Evan's a gifted guy. Like, he's big, strong, big, broad shoulder. Like,
I had a physique. Like I just had a physique.
You don't do anything.
Nah, I don't.
You don't do
I've
anything.
not worked out.
You're
in
built
5
like
years.
Phil, do you have a man crush on Evan?
No. But I'm saying, like, I had to work for it because you had like these. All my friends were big, tall, naturally gifted guys, and so like I'm like in the gym working out like a ravenous badger, like just like chewing
Honey
on
badger.
weights.
I'm skipping reps.
Evan's
I'm
like, I'm
smoking
gonna
weed.
go. I'm gonna skip
drinking
the whole
everything.
workout
I mean,
thing.
yeah, it was
But he'd show up still bigger and stronger than me. I'm like,
genetics,
Fuck you,
man.
Evan.
so like I mean, I had to work twice as hard, but like to stay on that level. But like we all had the same, but like we all had the same tenacity, but it was just different. Like they like. What I'm saying is like to even get on my friends' level, to be able to play with them, like I had to crush it because these guys were very gifted naturally.
But anyways,
Jerk.
yeah, wow, and that was true.
What are you talking about, ogre?
Do you know how hard I work?
Shut up! You showed me pictures when you're like 15. You're built the same,
Yeah, I know. I haven't had any progress. Do you know?
right? Because you were gifted with it naturally. Every time I see you in the gym, you're hanging out with me, talking on the phone, while I'm trying to like grit through and still bite down so I can look half as decent as my ogre friends.
Phil, I got a hernia and I'm still going to the gym every day. I don't want to hear it.
Thanks for helping me with those big heavy weights
All right,
today.
so speaking of going to the gym every day, we were talking earlier about the Screwball documentary on Netflix right now.
Oh yeah,
Go
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
All right, so PEDs, testosterone boosters.
Not a
we were-
PED.
We were
not.
talking- we were talking-
So
yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, he was
So
talking about that day.
not only were this, so in this documentary on Netflix, the guy out of Florida,
Have you watched it? I haven't watched it.
yes,
Is it good?
amazing.
Tell me
I
more.
gotta watch it.
Amazing. So he figured out a way to microdose or basically do a regimen, what he calls a regimen or a routine of a dosing thing every day over the period of every.
So they wouldn't piss hot. So microdose.
Exactly. So basically, he would say, okay, on every off day you have, you hit testosterone.
Yep.
When you're on the clock, like when you're out playing, or when you basically when the only time you get drug tested, you do these things, which is all your like natural herbal stuff and basically the stuff that you couldn't piss hot for. But like testosterone and like small micro amounts of steroids, if you do them over the course of like daily, it's the same as like shooting up with 10 cc's of it and
Just distributing the thing so like it's the
Yeah,
likelihood of it showing up.
microdosing basically.
The likelihood of it showing up at tests
Right.
is
So
minimal.
like
It
that's
was
the complete
minimal.
opposite of what
And then if you-
powerlifters will do then.
And if you
Yeah.
did piss hot, the next time they tested you, it'd be out of your system. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it was a very twisted way, but he figured out the formula to do that.
He did the fucking
And
math.
that's what A-Rod figured out. That's what Manny Ramirez figured out.
Hey, yo,
That's what
don't
all
throw
of-
Manny's name out there like that.
It's in the
It's never
documentary.
been confirmed.
It's in the documentary.
He never pissed hot though, so
Yeah. He stepped he got out of it or something, but that he's in that documentary. But long story short,
goddamn Red Sox legend.
yeah.
Fucking throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
Fucking
You
asshole.
heard
Well-
Bo Sox over there.
And Manny
Thumb.
Ramirez he had low T.
Well, then he can get
And that
TRT.
brings
and
me
it's
to my
legal.
point.
Well, that's the TRT
That
situation.
brings me to my
TRT.
point. Like, half the people on his list were pro athletes. The others were cops, judges, lawyers. He had
What-
some of the like, most powerful,
what
prominent
what
people
were
in
we
Miami.
just talking about?
About so
TRT and like what we were talking about, like cops and steroids and the necessity.
But how do you stay on top of your game? Like me as a
that's
as a
why
dad,
that's why they're taking it to stay on top of
So
their game.
my thing is this, and think about it this way: if you took the Spartans, the greatest fighting force that the world's ever fucking known, they would shoot.
I thought it was the Rangers.
Closer.
Yeah.
I
So,
thought it was
all
the
right.
Rangers.
Well, you know, the Spartans, they traveled back in time. They're like, let's ranger it up.
right. So the Spartans were just Rangers who
So
traveled back in time.
like, first of all, I'll just say the book, The Hot Gates, the original book, The Hot Gates. What did they call the Spartans? The Rangers.
I didn't
All
know
right,
that.
so
Anyway,
yeah.
so before
go on.
I
they?
so
Yeah.
rudely interrupted,
Philip.
I was supporting your
He's a
point.
pro
You
at
dick.
that.
I don't fucking with
I,
you.
and I am a. Let me tell you something. I am a interrupting SOB. So
Yeah, I know you are. So if you take the Spartans, you know for a damn fact they'd be doing Winnie, D-ball, Tren. They'd be doing everything trying to get that competitive edge so they can
It
go.
was life or death for the Spartans.
Exactly.
though.
It's
Life.
about like one of my good friends was taking not anything illegal. He was taking $200 of supplements every month, and like he would tell his wife, and this is wearing a Ranger badge. He's like, "Baby, I've got to be able to manhandle the bad guy. If he doesn't have a weapon, I can't shoot him. So if I've got to put my hands on him, I've got to be able to smash him, put him down to a position to where I can neutralize him as a threat, right? Not kill him, but be able to hold him down to where he can't hurt me. So if I'm not at my peak physical condition, I can't do that.
So you
I
think
need-
the terrorists have gained knowledge of this too? You
I-
think they take it?
What's the average size of a hot 6'6", 6'5"? They're all giant. They're
Are you talking? No, they're like all like 5'5", 5'8".
Nephilim?
They're short as shit, man.
what are you talking about?
The ones
How
that
tall
we
was
were-
Osama bin Laden? 6'6".
Yeah, he was also a freak.
No, he wasn't, dude.
Hot,
Because
well,
my
true
buddy,
Afghanis, like
true Afghanis are as tall and
They're,
lanky.
they're tall, lanky dudes, but like the ones that like.
Yeah, 5'5" isn't in the agenda, buddy.
All right, well, whatever.
What are you talking about, dude?
well,
the one my friend.
besides the point.
my
But
friend
I'm
had
saying,
to
do
carry
you
the dude
think
out. He
they're
was like-
taking TRT? Do you think those guys have been turned on to it?
dude, I doubt they have, or maybe they have. I don't
It's
know.
too expensive.
It's too expensive, but they also have a giant dope game there. So you think they don't have
Yeah,
money?
that's what I was about to say.
Taliban-
Well, no, but they'll get their jihad high before they go fight.
Yeah, I mean, true story, right?
That
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So the jihad high is they know they're about to go into battle and they know they're about to die, so they do a bunch of opium. So if they get shot, they can keep fighting. I've had a buddy who's personally seen somebody get shot with a sniper rifle and jump off the top of a building and continue running at them with an AK. So then they had to get dome pieced.
Yeah, we rolled up on some dudes who are super high on opium at a bonfire.
Mhm.
We were on like a movement, and they were just like chilling.
Yeah,
And we put iron to their head, and they were just like,
it's not.
Well, it's the
no.
same, but no,
Like-
no, but it's the same effect.
yeah, it's like the confidence level. Like,
Right.
I'm good.
But you put them in an intense situation to begin with,
I
or
mean,
let them know they're going to be in an
The
intense
point is, like,
situation.
I'm just saying, like,
I get what
the
you're
thing with
saying.
the thing with cops, like you've seen in videos where like a cop gets a meth head who's super big guy. It behooves a cop to be big and strong. Nobody ever complained about being big and strong, especially when you're in a position to where you're not allowed to shoot somebody and you got to take them down and neutralize them as a threat, right?
Within policy and within
Yeah.
the Constitution.
So like it is much safer for yourself, your partners, and that person because you don't have to draw down, right? So if you're a 100-pound female and you got to neutralize a 230-pound perp, your only course of action is your sidearm. Versus Derek, who could probably manipulate that guy down to hold him down, right? So he could probably save that guy's life because he doesn't have to pull his sidearm
Yeah, I get
to neutralize.
beat the
So
shit
like
out of
that.
them. But
That's
yeah.
also something that you're taught is because I'm a bigger dude and I'm expected to be able to move and
overtake.
overtake some, or not overtake, but apprehend somebody
Yeah.
who's larger than me. So the women that we had in our like that go through, it's going to be a not an easier thing, but they can justify their force easier. So like if they need to move to their mace, or they need to move their taser, they need to move their
Yeah,
baton. It's
that-
easier for them to justify that.
There's
opposed to me.
a level to where like
So Brett, hold on.
I
hold
need
on.
more than me.
So Brett, hold on. Break that down real quick. That's a good point.
That is
so,
a good point.
So what I mean?
Well, hold on. When you in your training,
Yeah.
there's levels, right?
Yeah.
You just broke it down. So they teach you, hey, before you use physical violence, you
So you
use social skills.
Before you use lethal
so-
force.
So like first is like
Break it down for us.
So
Yeah.
you go officer presence.
Come in
So
the
like
mic. Come in the mic.
yeah, so officer presence, then soft hands, hard hands.
Whoa.
What is soft hands?
Soft hands is like, hey man, come over.
Yeah.
That's soft
Okay.
hands.
I got you.
Hard hands.
Can I see that one more time? That's a nice touch.
So like you do like your soft hands, hard hands, mace, taser, intermediate weapons, which
What would
is
hard hands and soft? What's the difference between hard hands and soft hands?
like I'm like actually like putting
Like
you
grabbing
on the
Giving
ground.
I
that
got
dude
you.
these hands?
No,
No, not yet.
no, that's like right below lethal force.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're actually gonna be
So
punching
hard
somebody-
hands is where you're like gripping a person.
Yeah, like I'm like, hey,
and I'm
I got it.
bringing you down to the ground. And then you go your mace, your taser, and then you go to your intermediate weapons, which is going to be like your baton. And then after your baton is when you go to lethal force.
That's when you go full Officer Clegane.
Caca!
Have you seen the meme where that
Yeah,
giant
man, dude,
officer is
that's-
roided out?
No, yeah.
And he's like bending his baton, ready to like pounce on protesters. Like, yeah.
But there's a lot of dynamic, or
So, and that's the part that people don't get.
so many levels to that.
It's a tough job, man. That's a
Right.
tough
And-
job.
Because at the end of the day, you can sit there, you can be held in front of the court of law
For what you do.
for what you did.
Yep.
Whether you used soft hands, hard hands, intermediate, lethal. There's so many different levels. There's so many different dynamics.
And
to that.
then the other part of it is, even if you're on officer presence, they can get you in trouble for being rude and discourteous.
So wait, let me ask you this. So if an officer like just puts his hand on me, we're just having a conversation, and I don't like him, the way things went, and I show up in court, and I'm like, he used hard hands, and I think that was a soft hand standard situation. May I reference this conversation?
No. Because I am not an SSGT
Here's what
expert.
Here's what it boils down to.
All right.
You have to be methodical about every situation you're in.
For sure.
You have to be like a doctor going into an operation, diagnosing a patient on every situation you're in.
And I don't claim to
Every
like,
situation, every encounter you
All right,
have,
so wait,
every
how
speeding
long-
ticket, every
So
person
like
you contact.
he just graduated.
yeah, and I don't claim to be like an expert or anything like that. I'm not like shit, dude. I'm still in the training car. Like I am.
You just
the-
graduated
yeah.
the police
I
academy.
understand
Yeah, I'm like
that.
the
I'm
newest dude to this.
Wait, how long is police academy?
Depends which one you go to.
How long was your police academy?
22 weeks?
22 weeks.
Yeah, so what was that? 5 months.
5 months.
5.5 months.
So in 5.5 months, you get to learn all these laws, how to handle people.
And then you just brain dump it.
I don't
everything
think it's.
else.
I don't think it's the fact that
Joking.
you have to learn a bunch of laws. I think it's the fact that they choose people who they think can handle. And
No, learning those laws is
well,
critical.
yeah,
No,
but
because
I'm not saying that that's not how they choose people. I'm saying that they choose people based on their capacity to say, "Hey, this person can handle,
No.
and we'll learn all these laws."
Right. No. Like what he just said, those different escalations are all based on critical case law.
So yeah, like you got your like your Graham v. Connor, your Terry, like all the Tennessee Garner, like
No,
there's-
so, so the case law I learned in law school, like a big, like all
They have to learn.
they have to learn all the seminal cases in criminal procedure.
like,
that
he
I
knows
learned.
way more than I do.
Yeah, so I learned.
I know the cliff notes.
I learned the 30 years leading up to that case that governs like this aspect of law enforcement. They just tell him like, "Hey, this case is the pinnacle. This one rules." Okay, lawyers will argue different sides of a story based on the history and everything leading up to it, but like what law enforcement is guided by, like I'm telling you, all the soft hands, hard hands, how he can use all those things, a case
Felon
governs
law.
every
That's right.
single aspect
That's
of
right.
that.
That's right.
So like
somebody somewhere said a cop should have used, he should not have grabbed me like that. And that's where hard hands or soft hands came in. And then it said the officer should not have escalated to a baton at this point. He should have been fine gripping the person and doing this.
so like and
there's-
also what goes on to that is that they ask your peers, what would have you done in this situation? See if you used excessive force, if you were within policy or if you're within your doctrine,
standard.
the standard.
Yes.
So, and then they also bring in their expert, their guy who trains people on it.
Right. And I'll tell you this, and you may not realize this. Like in any lawsuit, whether it's criminal, whether it's civil, the exact same situation occurs, right? So like if Evan gets in trouble because of something that happened with a crane, they'll bring in a bunch of his peers and say, what is the industry standard? It may not be written down in a manual, but what is everybody?
Like what actually happens?
What actually
They call
happens?
those people expert witnesses.
No. Expert witnesses are different. Industry standards are what you do as a project manager, as what this guy does as a project. An expert witness is a guy who's a teacher who wrote manuals,
Okay, all right.
who wrote the book, right? This guy's like, this is what's supposed to happen. And I'm like, cool, sir.
But
Cool-
what actually
cool story.
happens?
But what happens in the field that everybody in this industry does, because that is a precedent. That's what everybody,
That's right.
it becomes law. Like if this is what everybody in the industry does, that's the standard. It's an industry standard. It's a legal term of art. It's the same with police force, right? So it's universal across the board. And then there's the experts, right? What does the manual say? What did the expert who wrote the manual, who trains the teachers, what do the teachers teach you in the school, and versus what actually happens in the field? And that's where those two things come into play. And that's why lawyers, what they teach you is there is no hard and fast rule. Everything is maybe. right? So there's black letter law, which is what's in the book, and then there's what happens in real life. Right. So that's to defend your position. Your instructors may tell you this, but every cop in the world will agree that this is how this goes.
Yeah.
And that's the way they teach you once
Standard
you get in
operating
the field.
procedure. I got you. And that's the same way in the construction industry. When there's a major accident, you got every insurance company, every lawyer poking at you.
They're like, well, shit, what's the book say?
What your process was. Yeah, what are your standard operating procedures? What did your technicians do? What did your operator do?
Mm-hmm.
What are your maintenance practices? So how, like, if you have a piece of equipment that fails on a job that kills somebody, like a crane, that's what I'm in.
That sounds stressful.
It is, and 99% of the time nothing happens. But that 1%, like we had an incident happen at Kemper County where I was previously at.
It's catastrophic.
It's
you guys
catastrophic.
have steel just reaching up into the sky.
We didn't have anybody. There wasn't any fatalities or anything like that, but there was capital
That we know of.
damage. I mean, there's a collateral, or not collateral damage, but there was basically liquidated in consequential damages. So we dropped a piece, and that impacted the whole schedule of the project because then they had to order another piece
That took forever to get
from
there.
Europe that took another year to make, and then also to bring over.
Yeah.
So it took another year, so it was like almost 2 years delayed on the project. We had people coming to our branch, like my local branch, looking at the maintenance records on that machine for the past year and a half to see if we did everything possible by the book to the T
To see
that
if something
machine.
went wrong.
Absolutely. If we
That's
missed
some bullshit.
one oil change, we didn't change the hydraulic fluid or change hydraulic fittings on it at one point in time.
That's some
And they would
bullshit.
take a snapshot of that and then take it back, present it in court of law. And they did. Luckily, we had our shit together, and it was we were an upstanding outfit.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons the company I'm with now hired me now was because
I'm gonna hashtag it. We're approaching our normal wrap time at 2 hours. So I want to get this out real quick. Our big current event this week is Jeffrey Epstein, the pedo ringleader of the rich and powerful.
Dude.
He got suicided. Whatever happened. I don't know. I'm just saying, Derek, what is your take on that, sir? Did he accidentally suicide himself?
No comment.
You can comment on that. I mean, so check it out. So from a law enforcement hypothetical, like what you've been taught. So if a perp he's in jail, right? He's been arraigned. He's awaiting his actual trial. No? Right under that one?
No, that's gonna get me hemmed up. No.
No, I'm asking you the rules. I'm not asking you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm asking you rules.
If it was your daughter,
No.
you were a cop, what happened?
Bro, who are you talking to?
I know.
You're my
Sorry.
legal
I didn't mean to
counsel,
douse-
Hey,
motherfucker.
I'm not your legal counsel. I'm not your legal counsel. But I may know a little bit.
I may dabble.
Let me
I
answer
may
that.
dabble in the devil.
If it was my daughter, 13, 14 years old, Robert Epstein?
everybody.
oh yeah,
Everybody, the common consensus: murder him now,
Now.
murder him,
Yeah.
murder him. That one.
I would
that whole
string
thing.
him up by his thumbs.
Yeah, it would not like it. Would everybody? Everybody's everybody in the world's like pedophile. Kill him now. Prisoners. What do prisoners who?
Oh, dude, they beat the shit out of him.
Right. So he knew if he ever made it to Gen Pop,
He's gonna die.
he's gonna die for sure. Like Gen Pop will kill child molesters. They don't care.
Gen Pop doesn't fuck with that stuff.
No, like they're.
I had a friend who was in correction, and they had to separate them.
Yeah, like you do. They have to be separate because they'll be murdered, right? So,
Yeah.
All right. So that stuff aside, his alleged pedo affiliations reach as far as the White House to multiple presidents, princes, royalty across the world, the rich and powerful, whatever. Everybody said as soon as he went to jail, he's not making it to trial because the information he has on some of the richest and most powerful people in the world.
Prince Andrew,
Yeah, dude, he's got fucking dirt on everybody.
Clintons. So you got
Bill Clinton had been to that island multiple times. They flew on his private jet to what they call. You know what they called his private jet? The Lolita Express. That's where that term came from. His private jet to his island, where they would allegedly take these young girls, was called the Lolita Express. He would take his billionaire friends down because he was a finance. He was like a hedge fund guy, right? So how do you What were you talking about earlier when you were wine and dining your big clients?
Shit.
What were you talking about?
No shit.
No. What
I
were you?
wasn't talking about
what were-
sex trafficking.
You were talking about sex trafficking, but what you were talking about
I was talking about dressing them.
you want talking about dressing them up and down, making them feel good, showing them a good time, and showing them where they need to spend their money. Right?
So I took I took these guys out one time. Let me get. I won't
Stop
say
right
any names.
there.
I won't say any
Stop
names.
right there.
I won't say any names. I took them out on a
Your
fishing
friend who
trip.
dabbles with the devil is telling you to shut the fuck up.
I took them out on a
Lock
fishing
it up.
Lock it up.
Lock it up.
Lock it up.
Lock
I
it
won't
up.
mention any names.
Lock it up.
I won't even mention a time
No,
period.
dude, we're going for pedophiling. You don't want to.
You don't
wanna cut me
All
off.
right. No, what pedophile?
You don't want to cut me off in the middle of like entertaining your potential clients.
So,
with
like,
pedophilia.
It was just a cool story.
So Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby get
Yeah,
together.
It was just a cool story. No pedophile.
Roofie
no.
colada for the ladies. Here you go. So like no, the
I
whole thing
I'm
was
baffled on how
he
you
wa-
even
he wa-
started in that.
no. He was, dude. What does every boat in Orange like? Okay, so in Orange Beach, like down in Gulf Shores area, what does the cleaning crew look like on every one of those boats?
I don't know about the boats. I know about the resorts. They're Russian
No.
or Hispanic.
No. On the charter boats, what are the girls they put on the boat to show the people on the boat a good time? Young, beautiful girls. What? My friend's wife, Blake's wife, used to clean the boats, and they would tip them hundreds of dollars to have these beautiful girls in bikinis scrubbing down the boat, going out with these expensive fellas when they were going out fishing, literally just to flirt with them, go fishing with them, and serve them beer. Bartenders. If I own a bar, does it behoove me to
You're gonna have hot chicks.
you want to have a hot chicks at the bar?
Oh, yeah.
It brings in
Oh,
money. It's common sense. Hooters. It is literally the premise of Hooters.
Hooters
And
is a waste of money.
Well, and that's the double-edged sword
But
I
I'm
deal
going
with.
to say it's the premise of it. So sex sells. Everybody knows it. I'm laying the foundation. Sex sells. If I'm a uber wealthy financier and I'm dealing with men and women and all these people that can buy anything they want, they can
Oh
buy.
shit, Evan's doing this fucking wine thing.
He's doing a sommelier thing. So if you're dealing with people that
Shit,
if you're
wine.
dealing with people that
Oh,
can
I see
buy
some fingers.
people that can buy anything they want, right?
See it? You see them?
Yeah. I know the fingers are there.
I love that he's cutting me off when I'm talking about this right now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Son of a bitch. I'm about to make a point.
I mean, it is his basement or his garage.
It's a true story.
I'm a piece of shit.
I get what you're saying.
But so the point is, it gets to this point. If the people have everything they want, what is the ultimate?
Something they can't have.
Absolutely. What have I not done before?
What is the naughty?
It's the
thing?
same thing.
And it's
It's
wrong.
the
It's
same
wrong.
thing with people who hunt. Like, what have I not killed?
What we talked about last time?
The ultimate killing.
No,
The
we
ultimate
talked about surviving the game, hunting
That's the
human
game,
beings.
dude. Hunting human beings. What is the ultimate thrill?
So the same. So
It's
the
the
same
same
thing.
way
So
with
the
the
same
sex
thing.
scene.
So same thing with them, right? So you got that. So he was literally making favors with these uber wealthy people to further his business
I gotcha.
and to get in favor with them by saying, hey, I've got these young models who are like 16, 17, 18. I got them out on my island. I'm promising them this and that. You know, da-da-da-da. Why don't you come out to my island? I got a private plane. Nobody's going to no, you're not going through an airport. We're going to go out to a private island where nobody else is allowed.
There's no manifesto.
Yeah. Well, there is a manifest.
There is.
See, that's how everybody knows.
That's right.
That's how they found the Clintons.
Black
That's how,
book.
yeah.
That's you have to have a
So
manifest. for it to
all
take
of
off.
this was supposed to come out. Right. But in the week, all that's supposed to come out, all the discovery, there are 3 mass shootings, and he automatically suicides himself. So weird.
That
There's a weird conspiracy theory
Yeah,
that
we can talk about that all night.
there's a weird conspiracy thing that correlates almost every
I mean,
mass
we
shooting.
could talk about that all night. However, Taylor also doesn't want to be here all night, so that shit, I came with her. So we
another
can't
day.
talk-
Another day. All right.
Another day we can talk about that.
All right. We are at the 2-hour mark.
We are.
Hey, thanks everybody for Derek, Taylor. Thank you both so much
D-Rick.
for coming out.
Yeah.
D. Rick, Taylor. Thank you both.
How come nobody drank of that but me?
I did.
I just killed it.
I ain't gonna kill.
Speaking of,
She let me come out and play.
Speaking of your significant other,
These guys are getting married. The address is.
I will hit you with that orphan. I'll hit you with that orphan.
I've seen your high kick. Don't beat me up.
I have seen a lot of people with my kids before, like just how they act around them and stuff. And I will say this: like, you got yourself a keeper there, buddy.
Oh, dude, she is.
She went into mama mode.
Dude,
when
she
I brought my
goes.
kid down here.
She goes into mama mode. She honestly probably has baby fever right now. Yeah, she's got. thank you, Evan. We're gonna have to hear about that tonight. Now she has baby fever.
Okay. Thank you both for coming out. Thank you. And by the way, we still don't have an air conditioner in the studio.
Dude, she sat here the whole time.
It sat here the whole time.
Played with my kids.
Supported me,
Sweating
Listen
her
to
ass
your bull
off.
crap.
Listen to your BS.
and she knows it's not true.
Keep her.
Yeah, keep her.
Keep her, dude.
In fact,
Keep her, man.
in fact, Taylor, you don't need this.
Come to Papa Phil's house.
See y'all next time. Take care.
Later.